before we start? We've got about 4 minutes, haven't we?
Don't look at that clock, it's useless.
Is it no good, that clock? What's yours one say?
You've got 7 minutes.
7 minutes, okay. Here we go then. We've got 7 minutes, here we go. Are we ready to join in? Yeah. Sing up. Here we go. Are you ready to sing? Anytime you're Lambeth Way, any evening, any... Let's see you sing. Hey-ho. Find them all. What you doing? Every little Lambeth gal with a little Lambeth pal. Hey-ho. Find them all. What you doing? Everything's free and easy. Who has you done well pleasing? Why don't you make your way there? Go there, stay there. And once you get down Lambeth Way, any evening, any day, yo, find them all. What you doing? In all the land, maybe you think that I'm a tramp. Maybe you think I'm hanging round to steal a car. All those, I'm not a crook, I'm sure. And if you think that's what I look, I'll tell you why I'm here and what my motives are. All together. I'm leaning on the lamppost at the corner of the street, in case some little lady comes by. Oh me. Oh where? I'm not licensed for dancing. She get away, she doesn't always get away, and anyone can understand why. I'm leaning on the lamppost at the corner of the street. It's a certain... No? Any day for... You won't have to ask what she's like. Let's see you sing. She... Who's that? Is he all right? Oh. Okay, so is he okay? Is he all right? He's okay. So try. I'm leaning on the lamppost at the corner of the street, case a certain lady. It is a London song. George Formby. Do you remember George Formby, everybody? Get your banjos out, because it's a bit of exercise, because you're sitting down. Okay. Here we go, pardon. Here we go, all together. Then on the lamppost, come on Julie. They're up the street in case it's a little lady. Oh, left-handed. Oh me. Come on everybody. Oh my. I hope the little lady comes by. I don't know if she'll get away. She doesn't always get away. But anyway, I know that she'll try. Oh me. Oh my. I hope the little lady comes by. There's no other girl I would wait for. But this one I'd take any day for. You won't have to ask what she's there for. She wouldn't leave me flat, she's not a girl like that. She's absolutely wonderful and marvelous, beautiful as anyone can understand. Why? I'm leaning on the lamppost at the corner street in case... Play your banjos, last time we go, nearly ready, go! Banjos, go! Oh, look at that, they're going for it. Julie's going for it, both hands. just at the corner of the street, case a certain little lady by. Lovely. Come on, Johnny Cleveland, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, John. We've got, ladies and gentlemen, we've actually got, can you stand up, sir, in the Norwich City shirt? Can you stand up? We want to laugh. Norwich City fan, anybody, any Norwich fans in here today? Oh, they're all here then. God, nobody at the game. Bournemouth today, new manager, got a new manager. Could do with a new team, a new manager. God, do you think so? Very shortly starting our first match of this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and it's the defending champions from last year, defending their title. Sure, it should be a good match. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's our first match of the afternoon. It's a pairs match, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please welcome onto the rink from Scotland, Darren Burnett and Stuart Anderson. And their opponents, range, and they are the reigning champions. Please welcome from England, Greg Harlow and Nicky Brett.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the WBT live coverage here from the Just Retirement World Indoor Pairs Championship, hosted by Potters Resort here at Hopton-on-Sea. My name's Janice Gower, and I've been joined in the commentary box this afternoon by Zvika Hadar, the Israeli qualifier. And looks like we could be in for an interesting game this afternoon, Zvika.
Yes, very much so. Looks like, first of all, hi everybody. It's going to be an interesting game. We have defending champions.
Yeah, Greg Harlow and Nicky Brett won the event last year.
Right, and we have the holder of the singles title, Darren Burnett, as well as Stuart Anderson, that was the winner the year before. So here we go.
First thing that I've spotted, Zvika, is that last year, when they actually won the World Pairs, if memory serves me right, Greg Harlow led it and Nicky Brett skipped it. Now we see Nicky Brett's leading out, and an excellent lead bowl there from Nicky.
Great ball. Regarding your question, Janice, in the two balls pairs, the importance of a good lead is extremely massive. So I don't think there's much of a difference who leads and who skips when you have two balls only.
No, certainly with these two as well. Like you say, defending champions and also very, very consistent players. They both skip for the country. They both represent England for several years and have both skipped regularly. And singles, well, two ball pairs is very similar to singles, isn't it? It's all about getting your leads in.
Extremely important.
Great start from the pairing there, Nicky Brett. Putting two good bowls in for his skip. Stuart Anderson and Darren Burnett had to come through a qualifying game yesterday.
Yeah, they had a tough match, but came through.
The joy of these pairs games, Vika, is the players are all mic'd up, so the viewers at home do get a chance to hear what shot selection's happening. Darren Burnett, the current indoor world champion, will be here to defend his title this next week.
Well, I wonder what Greg is up to with this coming ball.
He'll be just looking to drop to that back green bowl.
I think so too.
Yeah. Stage, you won't want to make the head any bigger.
No, that's a good spot. It's a good spot to cover the back. Looks like the opposition has a choice of playing heavy. And here we go.
It's a little bit off target. We've seen
Yes.
this morning's Vika. The running ball isn't easy to play on this portable ring, is it?
No, not at all. Although this brand new carpet plays different than it used to. It's narrower, which I assume it's slightly easier to run to have a running shot, but so far the results haven't been as good as as expected.
Well, Greg's just looking to drop another one in the area, I think. Darren's got to then decide whether he goes again or just plays over the draw. At this stage, the green bowl does do the split on the two red bowls.
It's all right.
I doubt that it will split them. It looks like what Greg tried to do with the last ball, and he did successfully, is cover the spot on the side, because most likely the jack will, if it gets burned, it will go to that side. So they will be holding two at least, if that's what will happen.
Yeah, Darren needs to make contact first to try and make sure that happens.
But you know, sometimes when you put a positional ball like that, the opposition changes their mind about the shot, which is not the case now.
It's going again. Just going to hang off on the other side, I think.
Play, mate.
That's two shots
Harlow
to
and Brett.
Greg Harlow and Nicky Brett. They take the lead the first end. Of course, the pairs here, for those new to the streaming, is 2 sets of 9 ends, and if necessary, a 3-end tie break.
Well, it's always good to start with 2 points on the first end.
Yes, it's always good to get on the card, isn't it, so to speak. If you go 2 or 3 ends without a shot count, you start to worry a little bit, especially in these sets plays.
Yeah.
Sets plays can get away from you so quickly, can't they?
You don't have a lot of time to make up.
Great
Looks like
start
Nicky
again,
Brett's
mate.
on a good track again here.
Play, Nick.
Well, Nicky Brett's the first player in history to have been able to defend the Scottish International Open title, winning it in November last year in Perth. Again, he played Paul Foster in the final, and it was a humdinger of a final, and it literally came down to the last bowl. So Nicky Brett comes in here to the World Championships having won the last WBT event, so he'll have full of confidence, and he's a confident player, isn't he, Nicky?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, Nick has a
Up now.
very good attitude on the
And
green,
again. And again.
and he's a
Play, mate.
dynamite
As
bowler.
you can, mate. You're a big yard.
Well, the pressure is on.
Oh, you're full, though.
See, the first ball of Stewart being short, in my opinion, is due to the fact that the new carpet is so much slower than what they used to. Great shot.
Great ball that.
One green.
Well, that changes the picture.
I'd be giving it a chance up there, mate. Even if you getting onto this one, anything lifting's
Yeah,
got to be
Nicky
good.
just-
You have to get.
Showing Greg what he wants him to play with this ball. Sure, he'll just be wanting him to just change it. Greg Harlow and Nicky Brett last year stopped famous pairing of Paul Foster and Alec Marshall, winning the title yet again. Greg's just a little bit wide.
Weight's pretty good for a shot, mate.
See, there's always a dilemma whether to play the opposition's shot
Put it on here.
or, like in this case,
Put it on there.
Darren chose to try and get another ball in
2 feet. That's all we've got, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
some,
mate.
some
Yeah,
people
this-
think, you know, take the shot away, play the shot for them,
Right.
take away any danger.
Because if Greg does the shot the way he wants to, the green team will be in trouble.
Play now.
And
Closer.
it looks very good. No.
Oh, yes, no.
No, still green.
We hold down.
Yeah, one to us, Stuart says. Now, what does Darren do with this one?
Put it in the
Fall back
pocket.
on the
He's
way
got a
it went
smile
down.
on his face. I'd be here all day if I was to list off what Darren Burnett's won in the last 12 months. And of course, he started the year last year by winning the World Championship here at Potters. Went on to be the Commonwealth Games gold singles medalist. And then won the only other WBT pairs event in October when he was successful to win the inaugural Super Bowl pairs title with his crown green partner Chris Brown. I'm sure Chris will be sat at home cheering his man on. Good player, good, can play lead or skip those Vika, can Darren,
Well-
can't he? Again, they can all swap about, can't they? So good at players.
Well, he's an all-around player, very consistent, focused all the time. And what he's trying to do, I guess he's coming around the red ball for another shot. That's going to be very tough. And dangerous too, but wow.
Well, that's one shot
One shot, Anderson and Bennett.
to Darren Burnett and Stuart Anderson.
And they're on the board.
Yep. Both lots on the board. I think this will be a tight game all the way.
Well, you have four great bowlers. It's got to be close.
Well, we've got 3 ex-world champions because Greg Harlow won the World Championship back here a few years ago. There's only Nicky that's the one that's not won the World Championship, which is, bearing in mind how successful Nicky Brett is at the moment, it's the one thing that's not on his CV, I think.
Good start, Stuart. Up you come. Great start here.
Good start. Good start.
Oh, Greg's watching this
Big
coming
effort,
down.
Nick.
I think it just needs to run just a little
Big
touch.
effort, Nick.
Very close.
Well played.
Oh, what a great ball.
Brilliant. We just talked about how close the game is going to be like. And here we got 2 brilliant shots to start the head.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. Sneak. Hurry.
Can Stuart Anderson just reach to that
Held that one.
ball? I think he's just going to be lacking.
Oh,
And
short
again, pal.
again.
Short balls aren't good at this 2-ball pairs game, are
No,
they?
no, no, not at all.
Well, they're not really good in any game. To
In
be
any
fair.
game, but in when you play outdoors, there's more pushing and shoving. On the indoor green, especially with 2 balls pairs, most of the game is really a throwing game. And if you have a short ball, forget the fact that it blocks. It never comes in play then.
Well, for example, now that Nicky's run that jack, which I think he would be disappointed to do, he'd be just wanting to draw another one in.
Right.
But it does mean that the 2 green bowls of Stuart Anderson now probably won't figure in the end result of this end.
Start to work. No, it's good. It's bent.
Well, he looks on a very good line. What's his weight
Yeah.
like?
Bring it down.
Not bad.
And
See, I still haven't figured out this
Nick, the
carpet,
one's half to
the
you.
brand new carpet's
Draw right with
line
it, even if you give it
and
a-
weight,
give it a
because
turn.
it's unusual, slow and narrow, which will be probably the key for the winners in this match. How they adjust to this new behavior of the surface.
Well, that's why I wondered if the Anderson and Burnett partnership would have slight advantage having already played and won a game on the surface as it is
One down,
now.
mate.
I believe so.
Inside your
I
on your
believe
shot.
so because it takes time to adjust, and the more experience you have on that particular surface,
Take a
the
line.
bigger the advantage. Having said that,
Well done.
it also depends
Hurry now.
who's
Hurry.
more focused and
Hurry, get me.
better player on
Hurry on.
that day.
Hurry on, yeah.
Oh, Darren looks close again here. If it just stands up, I just think it's going to sit down. I think
Still stick to
Still
one
one
white's
red.
good, mate. Anything between the two greens,
Oh,
scores.
Greg can afford to just put a little bit more weight in his last bowl. Get a wing off the side bowl, touch the jack through. Couple of chances down here. Greg's now the ambassador here at Potter's Resort for bowls.
Yes, I saw that for the last few months now, right?
Yeah, we took over a few months ago. So any players that come here for the
Harlow and Brett.
bowls holidays, Greg will be here. And that was one shot to red. So after 3 ends, Greg Harlow and Nicky Brett take a 3-1 lead. Mike Davis just picking up the mat here. Our marker for tonight, or this afternoon rather, is Mike Davis, and the umpire is Brian Daly.
Cheers. Wider with that one and that bit more. I hit your first one. Down in all. Yep. You didn't look wide.
Jack line 26.5 metres.
Smooth delivery.
Very, very smooth delivery. Very consistent delivery.
Yeah.
Start, mate. Couple of feet.
Never looks hard work to Nicky Brett. Whatever sort of distance he's going, he just seems to put them down and send them.
Very good here. Very good, mate. Stay up on that line. Very good start.
And just to let the viewers know, Zvika's still batting away here in the singles himself. I think next game, is it Monday evening?
Yes, Monday evening at 7:30. The last match
All
of
the bend
the
you've
round
got.
robin for the overseas
All the
qualifiers.
bend. All the bend.
It will be against
Well done, mate. Good try. You eyes. 6
Damien
inches
Dubois.
short.
Damien Dubois from
Last
Wales.
one, about a foot through.
And the best, may the best man win.
And that's out here on the portable rink, so the viewers at
Yes.
home on the live streaming will be able to watch that game.
Correct.
Hurry. Hurry. Hurry on, man.
Well, Stuart Anderson is urging this up.
You come, mate. Up you come.
And he's got it.
Good ball, Stuart. He's cursing that a little bit because it does set up a nice little shot for Greg Harlow here.
Get the tight one.
Play to reach that last ball, any sort of turn on the jack. I think he'll be looking for it. There's nothing.
He's going to draw around.
Yeah, interesting. I've been calling it commentator's curse today, Zvika.
Well, actually, you know what? You were right.
He's gone for the double,
He's
hasn't
playing-
he?
yeah.
He's gone for the double, but off perhaps a different hand to I would have played it.
Yeah, he elected to go on the forehand,
Work
which
you in, though. Yeah? Yep, get to
I
that.
thought he's
Shot,
going to
mate.
draw around.
I was saying before, the interesting thing is in two bowl pairs, you've got to let the skip really play what they're confident to play. If they see a shot, sometimes you've got to let them play it the hand that they'd want to play it on.
Well, I can see why he wanted to play the forehand, but first of all, maybe he's more confident playing the heavy shot on the forehand. That's one reason.
3 green.
You can get the result either way, backhand or forehand. Plus, he wanted to aim on the shorter ball first to take both out. He had two third
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
But now,
Similar shot again, really, just needs to adjust it. Just needs to see. If he prefers to play it down that forehand, he's still got the possibility of the double split. Whether it'd take the third ball out as well, we're about to find out, I think.
correct, he can take all three out, and who knows what else can happen. Ooh.
Definite look of determination in his face there.
Yeah, he changed the speed of the
Very
shot.
close, very close. Really
And
unlucky there.
well,
Got 2 away.
probably got 2 away.
Go one, mate.
But Darren has another ball coming.
No, it's like that. An inch. Foot. Settle.
The height of it looks very good. What's his weight like? It's to be finishing inside that bowl.
With this weight, he was lucky he didn't make a contact with the shot ball. He would have
Yeah.
sold the shot.
And flick it through. Yeah, 1 shot to Darren Burnett and Stuart Anderson, which puts the scores 3-2 to Greg Harlow and Nicky Brett after 4 ends. 4 ends of the first set. We play a 9-end set here. I know there's a few viewers out at home that like to know what the players are playing with. These 4 players, it's fairly easy to call for you because Darren Burnett and Stuart Anderson, both are Taylor players, and Greg Harlow and Nicky Brett both play with Henselite. In the rule, they normally play with Henselite Tigers, but depending on how the rink's playing, they sometimes pick the Tiger Pros up or Tiger 2s. But the 2 boys from Taylor's will be playing with their with their Taylor Ace.
Come on. You come.
Well, Nicky Brett's down a very good line. Definitely looks like he's playing with his Tigers here, taking that sort of line.
Play, Nick.
Feed back in.
Gentle now. Gentle. Gentle. Well played, buddy.
Yeah, well played, Nicky Brett.
Have a wee change, mate. Change your hand, close as you can.
Pleasure to watch Nicky, and he's very good with the spectators and very good for my other guys, which is press
Running.
officer. He's very good for
Running for
helping the
line.
press with anything that they need and always there after a game.
No, I would stay there, mate. Foot past, 2
Win
foot
or lose,
past,
he'll always
anything
give you an
was
interview.
Yes.
Back in road.
Well, Greg's watching this down. He looks a good line again, Nicky Brett.
In out. It's good there.
Just run through.
One red.
Not in a bad spot, Speaker.
No, Greg actually asked him to give him a ball behind rather than draw another shot. I guess preparation for a heavy shot on the back end to be as a receiver for the jack if it goes through. And as we can see, the coming shot coming on the back end, try to
Yeah, just trying to draw it off, I think.
Straight line to
Just going to fall that bit short, I
2
think.
feet.
This gives Greg
Anything past the
huge
green scores,
opportunity
won't
of getting another one in there. Had the pleasure of playing with Greg Harlow here last year in the mixed pairs. Very, very focused player.
Did you partner?
I played with Greg
Very
Harlow
nice.
last year. Yeah, yeah, we got to the semi-finals. Just lost out in the
Oh.
semi-finals, but a very focused player when he's on the rink. And look at that!
Oh,
What
yes.
a great bowl!
Oh yes. Perfect position. I played against Greg in Scotland, in Perth, a couple
Oh, of
of months
course you
ago.
did. Yeah,
No, actually, I'm sorry. That was the year before.
year before. I think Speaker's just saying there he does qualify quite a few times for these
No,
WBT
no,
events.
No, the story that I have is that
Inside.
the match that I had against.
Down you could get
Hold
2
on,
balls.
let's see what they have to
You
say
get a
here.
jack, you might win with it. No, it's a hard shot, but
Tough choice here. Last ball in his hand. He's down 2.
He's got a smile on his face. Must be happy with what Stuart's called for him.
The 2 balls of the opposition are blocked by his own balls, so he has to run. Let's see if he gets the gap. Oh, got
just
nothing.
missing.
Got nothing.
Well, now Greg draws in another here, and that puts the English pairing in a very, very strong position in this first set.
Right up. Right up. And again. And again. Well done. Well done.
Net play to perfection. 3 shots to Harlow and Brett. That gets them a 6-2
shots,
lead
Harlow and
after
Brett.
5 ends of this first set. You were saying about when you played Greg in the
Well,
Scottish.
I played against Greg in the Scottish in 2013. That was first time I played against him since the privilege I had to have a win against him. So he came to the game extremely focused, knowing that this overseas qualifier
He's,
can do
he's
the-
beaten me
can-
before, so you might do it again.
and he just he was so good that I couldn't
Right, Nick.
do anything
Stop,
to
mate.
try and repeat that win. No, I know he's a great bowler. I think that he was a world champion in 2012, if I'm not mistaken.
It's,
Right here.
It's going a few years back, is Greg's. We'll just check that information for
Go on, better start.
the viewers.
You come through. Still just that foot shot.
Yeah, great height. All you've got, buddy. Run and run. All you've got. Run and
Just to
run.
confirm that was back in 2010,
Nick.
only
Well
2
played.
years out. We're not too bad.
Okay, my memory is not
The,
that
the
bad.
thing is, if you spectators could see the player profile of Greg Harlow, we run on to 3 pages of all his achievements over the years. He's won virtually everything in the English national game, and obviously he's won the Welsh, the Scottish and the World
Yes, sir.
Championships here over the last few
So as you
years in
come
the
in there,
WBT.
so
Very,
as
very
you
strong
come in.
player in the WBT. Just slipped out of the top 8 this
Too
last
rare.
year. Been a regular in the top 8 for a few years. Just slipped out, so this year he'll be keen to get back up into that top 8. Darren Burnett in all sorts of problems here. Doesn't really want to drop another 2 at the 6th end. Needs to be picking up shots. Greg looks on a
Down,
very
down.
good line to drop
Down
to this
hard.
green bowl.
Down.
Even
Well
if it
done.
just slips
Well
behind,
done.
it's
Finish
still in
good.
a
So draw,
A
mate.
good
Push your
position.
legs good. Settle in here. Settle. Just up a touch.
well. Darren
Great effort,
needs
though.
to rest off this back green bowl.
Great effort, mate.
Foot out,
Slightly
you're perfect.
overplayed. Well, that does give a
6
nice
inches.
target for Greg to rest off now. Just slight adjustment on your last delivery, Greg. Just reach to those bowls and rest off them. Those that think that Greg will have had a lot of practice
right
on
up
this rink
And
with being
again.
the new Potters
And
ambassador
further.
for bowls. Of course, this is the portable rink, so Greg will have had the same sort of time on it as the other top 16 and qualifiers have had. That was a very, very good ball. It's just tipped the jack slightly. They're still holding the 2 shots that
Good
they
down, mate.
ideally would like
Keep
to
going to
hold by the
front.
end of the
Get
end.
2 balls, make a
Right.
couple.
And it's more difficult
your
to
job.
get the shot on a backhand. He closed the gap a little.
I think Stuart's indicating that if Darren could hit the side bowl to the left of your screen of the red bowls, it might
Foot over
take
your
both
first.
bowls
It's up to
out.
you. You get that
And
solid,
they
make a
can
couple.
pick up 2 shots.
You'd want-
Yeah, and actually if he stops, 3, but am I asking for too much?
I doubt that it would stop because it has to hit it on the side of the ball.
Yeah.
But he's going to the
So
back.
there you go.
Try to draw the shot, maybe even trade it. If he's lucky enough to trail the jack, he can pick up 2 or 3
Okay.
shots.
He's very close with his last ball. This looks to just
Heavy.
be,
Yeah.
we're just running.
But
the boys are looking at it. 1 down, I think Stuart's saying. That's one shot to
shot,
Greg
Harlow
Harlow
and
and Nicky Brett. They lead the first set 7-2 after 6 ends.
That means 5 shots in 3 ends. Not
So
impossible.
It's not impossible, we've seen it
Not
happen
at
before. Already this week in a couple of the pairs games, people have come back from nowhere.
Straight line, 28 metres.
Those viewers at home that don't know a great deal about Zvika, he's currently the president of the European Bowling Union.
Yes.
So that must be a privilege at the moment to hold that position.
Well, yes. It's nice to have a position that that's the first time that any Israeli holds a position like that in the international bowling scene.
That's absolutely brilliant.
We also were fortunate enough to be able to pick up the hosting of the next championship. The European Championship will be held in Israel in October. For the first time, Israel is hosting a formal international tournament for bowls. So I'm very proud of that and very happy, excited. And I think that the bowlers will have a blast. It's a beautiful place to play balls and to visit.
Big yard, mate.
Lots of sun, good weather, good people.
It might be a little bit warmer over there than it is at Hopton-on-Sea at the moment.
Well, definitely. Although October is a great time to be in Israel. It's the fall season. So it's not too hot. It's really nice. And
And people can pick up information on that if they want to have a look at it on, you say the internet site there?
yes, there is a European Bowls Union, the EBU site. Just Google European Bowling Union, and you can get in the internet site and get whatever information necessary. And you're all welcome. See you in Israel.
That sounds like a good thing to me. Nice and warm out in October. In the meantime, back to the rink, and Nicky Brett and Greg Harlow are holding 1 shot. We're end 7. Like Zvika mentioned, the partnership of Burnett and Anderson have got to pick up 5 shots in 3 ends.
Yes, and they have to stop being short. The time to make the adjustment to the slow boom.
Is this slower than the rinks you would play at in Israel then, or?
Oh no, that's a lot faster.
Right.
In Israel, there are no indoor greens,
Yeah.
only outdoors, and the outdoors in Israel run anywhere between 10 and 13
Right.
Doesn't matter if you
seconds.
get to the tee.
Here
just in
we
case it goes a bit
probably
quicker
looking
and
at
gets
From there.
Yeah.
15 seconds, 14 and a half, 15 and a half seconds. I'm
Right.
not sure. I didn't measure, but that's the feeling that I get. But it's a lot slower than what this portable carpet or portable rink normally runs. In the arena that we played the qualifying for the overseas players, the speed was
The shoulder blade, mate. One for a piece of Nicky there.
Yes, right.
Just bring it. Same weight.
Because I did wonder, obviously you've played your qualifying games out in the Bowlers Bar here at Potter's Leisure Resort, where they have some good rinks out there as well as this international
Yes.
arena. But I had wondered if there was a big difference in the pace between the two.
Right. When we played on the rink close to the ditch side was
2 shots.
at least a couple of yards heavier.
Right.
Let's go back to the game for a second.
Harlow and Brett have just picked up another 2, which takes them 9-2 up. Virtually an impossible task now for Burnett and Anderson to win this first set. Harlow and Brett are 7 up with 2 ends to play.
Well, they need to pick up 4 and 3 or 3 and 4. Nothing else.
Very easy against the defending champions of the
Straight line,
Just
27
Retirement
metres.
World Indoor Pairs.
Yes. Well, I have to say that Potter's is probably the best venue for the PBA.
Start,
It's
mate.
been a blast so far. I've been here 3 or 4 days, I think.
Well played, Nicky Brett. I think that makes the 3 or a 4 hard work.
Yes.
Yeah, from the point of view of any players, I think the arena here at Potter's Resort is quite phenomenal. The audience are always really
Right here.
appreciative of all the players as well, aren't they? Very supportive.
Very much so, and they like the. I mean, in this venue, differently than anywhere else, the players stay together before, during, after the matches,
and up
eat
now.
together,
Yeah, no problem, huh?
spend a lot of time together. The crowd as well,
Right.
they all
Come
come
in.
here and they stay at Potter's,
Okay, mate.
so they can
So
mingle
get your own,
and,
get your
and
rate.
rub shoulders with the top bowlers. It's a big festive time for everybody.
Yeah, I think you'll probably find the same as me. You walk through the centre of Potter's and there's always somebody has a question to ask, or
Yes,
and they like that. They like the fact that we give them the time of day and we stop and answer their questions.
totally,
And
totally. It makes their holiday so much more interesting.
yes,
And they can, people, as you said, they stop me and ask me where I'm from and ask personal questions or general questions, and for them, it's great. So that they can watch you play and then talk to you, get friendly with you. It is nice.
well, Greg Harlow's in a very comfortable position here. They're holding one shot, end 8. Darren Burnett and Stuart Anderson have got to score a 3 here. Otherwise, we go into the second set.
And up now. And up. And
Oh,
up.
great ball from
Well
Greg
played.
Harlow there.
Well played.
Great ball, and that pretty much seals it.
I think I think we might be into the second set.
If they don't pick up 3 shots, we're not going to play the last end.
Well, Darren can't afford to be short. He's got a ball behind at the moment. That's the only place he could take the Jack 2 to score 3. I think this is a bit
Exactly.
overplayed.
And let me guess where
Anywhere
Greg
near
is
the
going
last
to
ball,
put his
good
last
night.
I
ball.
have a funny feeling we need to split those back bowls, don't we?
Well, the best part about the system of sets is that you can lose this set 10-2, or as it is now, it could be 11-2,
See, mate,
and
slow
all you
play.
need is to win the next set, and
Into a tie break.
you're even. You can win the next set 6-5, and you're dead even playing the tie break.
Darren looks slightly under with this one. So I think your call of the first set being 11-2
Two shots in
there
the first set to Harlow
is
and Brett.
correct. So the first set to the defending champions, Greg Harlow and Nicky Brett, 11-2. Like you mentioned, the great thing about sets play is, although Darren Burnett and Stuart Anderson have lost the first set now,
Big time.
clean slate, all they have to do is win the next set,
Right.
and they've got a chance in a tie break.
Absolutely. And chances are they will, because now, after losing so big, I think that their concentration
I think 27
level
and a
will
half
go
minutes.
up, and they know that they play for their life now. If they
Yeah.
don't win
Yeah.
this set, they're out. So
I mean, sometimes you would say if you win a set really easily, sometimes they say that those players would relax. I don't know whether that will quite have the effect with these two out
Well,
here, but it
true, they are.
You are comfortable in the fact that you know if you win the first set, you've got the tie break guaranteed, aren't you?
Correct, but I think that you get so much more enthusiasm when you lose a set, especially if you lose it big, to concentrate on each and every ball,
buddy.
and
Yeah. Played Nick.
when you just won the set, you're more laid back. But having said that, as you said, great players shouldn't be laid back.
Stuart's just dropped his first delivery
Yeah,
short
good one.
again, which was possibly the bane of his
Longer, mate.
first set. So
Hold.
just try and start
Pretty good, I
reaching.
think.
And that's the new beginning for
That's
him.
it. That's it. Okay.
And again, mate. Right, high.
Well, Nicky looks on a good line again here.
Settle a touch. Settle a touch. Good this, mate. Very good. Well played. Played, Nick. Well done, mate.
Very good
touch.
position there.
Wait, look at that.
But Darren's got the forehand draw. Anything down to the bowl or jack?
Okay.
It's just 4. Give it a stamp. Sorry.
Put it on the line. Put it on the line.
Darren needs to be reaching
Alright.
this. Bowl or jack? Well, he'll be disappointed in that delivery, Zvika, won't he?
Oh yes.
Should have really been reaching to that.
Can't afford being short when you're down 2. But that's the game.
At our club, we would say, have a word with yourself in the office.
Hurry now. Hurry. Hurry. Yeah, well done. Well done.
Doesn't really change Darren's shot here, does it?
No. Well, who knows? He can all of a sudden go crazy and have a go. Take all
Well,
3
Ronnie
balls
would
out.
take all 3
I
wouldn't
said that.
Well called.
Quick.
Oh jeez. Well, he took one out.
I still fear that he's going to drop a 3 here.
No, Jack moving,
Opening
mate.
end of the
You're
second
foot
set
over.
that he needs to
6
win.
inches over pace last time.
Greg will get his concentration head on here. Great chance.
Well, this is a direct continuation of the previous set as far as the performance of the 2 pairs. One pair is short and not accurate so much. And
Well done, well done,
one
well
pair
done.
is drawing well. Good weight, good grass, everything good.
Yeah, like you say, he hasn't had a change really. I think if Anderson
3 shots,
Burnett get
Arnold
this
Brett.
jack back, I think they perhaps need to do something drastic with it, change something drastically.
Absolutely, and I don't see that much happening. I mean, when people do have to make more changes than they do. In fact, they had the jack before, but I didn't see that they did a big change, such as bringing the mat all the way up, taking them out of the zone that they are in, the rhythm that they are in. We'll
It's
see.
very hard when they won a game yesterday, did Burnett and Anderson, and were really consistent. But they've got to think of this as a new game. They've got to change something
Done it.
because
Well played.
look at this. I mean, Nicky Bretton and Greg Harlow are playing superb, they're defending the title. They're up for this, are these guys. So Stuart and Darren have got to shake it up a bit, I think.
Well, they need to pick up a point, as you said, get the jack, change the length,
Good start here. Good start.
and
Down you come.
then things
Down you
happen.
come.
Oh, well,
Good.
Stuart, he's still short. He's still just that little bit short.
That's that, mate. It's still winnable there. You're there. It's up to you.
Well, Greg giving Nicky the option there
Yeah, I
of
like the
drawing
height.
down either hand. Stick with the hand you're
Low
on.
the height. Settle a touch. Settle a touch.
Very close again.
Touch. Great try, Nick. Great try, buddy.
Beat your own by a foot. You just sit inside the back one.
Well, let's see if he can make the adjustment of the foot that he needs.
He really needs to be just getting behind this jack because at the moment
Come on.
it's a perfect
Come
shot
on.
on here. Greg
Good
plays
here.
very, very well,
Keep
which
running.
is
Keep
just a little
running
tuck
through.
on the jack.
Well,
Keep running, mate.
Touch short again. Another foot or so in that and it would have been a very good ball.
Between.
Up to you, but I'm happy for you to go quick in.
Well, Greg, I think it's a question of pick your weight here.
Get rid of them, just makes your mind up for the second one.
I have a feeling that he's going to play his forehand.
Yeah, I
Try
think
to
it's
hide the jack a little.
down the forehand. It's whether he just tucks the jack away would be his ideal, really.
Ooh. Whoa.
Well,
Like
Can
that,
you
mate.
explain that?
Got all the
he
backs.
was looking at the runner, but it was quite a surprising choice of shot. I thought he was looking at the runner actually off the other hand to split the two green bowls, but
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't he holding the shot?
Draw then,
Or
hide his
two?
ball.
I have a feeling it was at least one to Anderson with the short bowl.
Oh. Okay, that may explain that.
Well, Darren. Draw just behind.
Come on, Dan, right up here. Right up. Right up.
He's still short, you know.
Still short, but holding 3.
Yeah, yeah.
One
He'll
ball
be
to
happy
go.
with that if at the end of the end he's still holding 3.
London alive.
Well, I'm still puzzled with the shot selection that Greg had.
Even if you take one away.
On top of it, he played the forehand where the kitty and his balls were exposed. Had he played the backhand,
Which is the hand I thought he might have chosen to play, because then the jack was at least coming to him. But anyway, we'll leave the viewers at home to decide whether they thought that was the shot to play or not. The outcome wasn't what Greg and Nick wanted.
yeah. Well, it happens. We'll give him credit for making a bold decision.
Yes. Well, neither Greg or Nick are frightened to play the big shots. Well, he's still played it down his forehand.
Well done.
And,
It's one away.
One away.
and
Well, Darren's got quite some room to draw for 3 there.
all right, so now they get the jack. Let's see if they make a change.
These are the ones you miss.
Must have 5, 6 feet to draw.
That's the most relaxed I've seen Darren since the game started.
He went to when he went to Super Bowl in October. He really enjoyed the banter of the Crown Greeners and the bit of a stick that they gave him on the rink. He gave it back,
Yeah.
and it was he enjoyed that. And you see him smiling a lot more on the rink now. Mind you, if you're the current world champion and current Commonwealth Games singles medalist, you can quite happily smile. Plus the fact he and his partner have just picked up a 3 to tie the second set 3-all after 2 ends. Now, we need to change this length.
I don't see much of it. Do you
Well,
see that?
I think he's kept the mat back and gone short jack, hasn't he?
Jack line 25
Yeah,
and a half
he's kept
metres.
the mat back and shortened the jack. It's still not minimum. It's
No, but it's shortening the jack is suitable for them because they were
This
short.
is a good start. Come on, back you come to the middle.
Well,
Good time.
This isn't short.
Very good.
This is good.
This is a great lead from Stuart Anderson.
This is excellent.
Try, mate. Not a lot.
Well, you could say that was the first loose ball from Nicky Brett, and yet that's really not a loose ball.
Golf.
Oh, don't ask me, I'm not-
Hurry.
Not from a club player's point of view, anyway.
No, but
Come on.
again, maybe that's the reason that they elected to
Right, only a foot.
go on a
Good.
shorter jack. The red team was used to, they played well on a longer end, and they will have to make the adjustment.
Well, Nick's adjusted his line. Very close for weight as well.
Mm-hmm.
What
That's
a
a
great
shot.
goal, Nicky Brett.
Bye-bye. One red. Nice line. Yep. Settle in here. Settle yet, Dan. Settle yet. Great effort, love it. 2 feet.
Draw either way, mate, to be honest. Last bowler's gone 2 feet or anything between the two greens.
Still in a good position here, Greg Harlow holding one shot.
Hurry yet. Hurry. Well done. Well done.
Might have just given up holding two.
I think it's 2, mate. Do you think? You're very close
Players
there.
discussing
Only
what
2
they're going to
feet.
play here.
Yeah, you pick the white and make a 3 just the same.
That's an important ball coming. He's going to try and trail the jack for 3.
Same shove. Hurry. Hurry, Dan.
Well, it's a bowl tight.
Shortish.
Yeah, just a fraction.
That's
Two,
definitely
mate,
2
wait.
shots to
Probably
red at the
needs
moment
about
then.
6 inches more to get you in the count now.
The chance of Greg drawing for a third, and we've said that a couple of times today, and on every occasion he's managed to make that spare count. The joy of the microphone speaker for the crowd is a lot of them like to know what players are thinking, don't they, and what sort of shot you're thinking of
Just a
playing.
blade high, that's all.
Yes.
Ah, Greg's let us down
2
there.
shots, Harlow.
Only
Yeah.
goes for 2.
Didn't want to take a chance and change the head.
5-3 after 3 ends. Yeah, quite often you find some of the spectators will come up to you after a game and say, "Why did you play that shot at that end?" And
Well, that's actually putting it in a mild way. Sometimes they come and say, you should have played the other hand. Not fair. In hindsight, everything looks easy.
yeah, and singles is a different game because singles you're out there on your own, so you're picturing things in your own head, and you've got to play
but
what you're
you
confident
but you
playing.
still have, you see, there are 10 ways to get the shot. In playing heavy and drawing and forehand and backhand and get a wick
Great
from
start,
here
Nick.
and pushing
Great
the
start,
ball
Nick.
there. There are so many ways to get the shot, but you should play what you confidence, what you confidence with, what the hand that you may be controlling better. So it's difficult to read the mind of the person who was going to make the decision, and I'm all for just decide what you have in mind. Do not be confused with more than one choices when you're on the mat, and execute. If it happens, good. If it doesn't happen, hey, you tried.
Very reasonable again, mate.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that you need to have made your mind up with what shot you're going to play before you go to the mat. Once you're on that mat, focus, play the shot you've chosen to play.
Totally.
Oh, 2 great lead bowls again from Nicky Brett. He's on fire at the moment.
One of the worst enemies of a player is when he's on the mat and he's got more than one idea in his mind, not 100% decided.
Great effort there from Stuart. Got one away. Yeah, you often end up playing a no bowl just because you're undecided as to what shot you
Yeah.
were wanting to play.
The weight of one idea and the grass of the other idea. And
Very good. Nice crowd in there today. Very appreciative crowd here at Potters Resort, and they'll be enjoying this game. Greg Harlow and Nicky Brett are the defending champions here in the Just Retirement World Indoor Pairs Championship, but they're facing current world champion and ex-world champion Stuart Anderson and Darren Burnett. Watching Greg, watching that ball going down. Well, Darren, wanting some sort of connection, change something.
Yard.
2 feet out, mate, that is half to you.
Run all you got. And again.
This might just be lacking a
again.
little bit of weight.
And again. Well
He's still
done.
in a very
Well
comfortable
done.
position. It's Anderson and Burnett that need to change things.
2, mate.
Looks like he drew another shot.
Well, Stuart just said it was 2.
Well, that also is going
So
to
we have shot there, mate. Tuck the white
probably
there.
change the
We look for the ball
hand.
onto the ball.
Darren playing the forehand, not play the backhand.
Yeah, I think Stuart was just having a bit of a look over at the score there. 2 down. If it's 2 down after this bowl, we're in all sorts of trouble. He's very close. Very close.
Ooh.
Well, that couldn't have gone worse for him, really. Pace he was playing, it was always going to move backwards, but I think he was hoping it was going to lock onto the...
Well,
2 shots, Harlow and Brett.
2 shots to Harlow and Brett. They take a 7-3 lead after 4 ends in the second set, having won the first set 11-2.
Perfect.
I think Harlow and Brett now might see the winning post and think, right, now the next 2 ends, guys, and we're home and dry.
Great
this
pace,
is
buddy.
unusually
Great
a
pace.
longer head than before. Am I wrong?
Yeah, and that might have shown in the first bowl from Nicky Brett there.
Keep coming up. Keep coming up.
Stuart's got a better bowl,
No
but
shot of Jackie.
still plenty of room there.
That's your road.
Keep coming up now. Well played, Nick. Keep coming up now. All you've got.
Closer with
All
this.
you've got.
Better bowl
And
from
again.
Nicky that. Well played.
Well, you
Make
can.
sure you reach that.
It's up to you. You either draw it or if you fancy quicker, it's sitting nicely.
It's a very dainty high five then between those two
Yes.
players that we saw in front of the screen.
Go for it.
One red.
Well, you know, in a practice, I know the Stuart would have played better.
Yeah, he's just struggled today, hasn't he, really? He hasn't nailed them like he did yesterday.
Absolutely. I'm not sure what exactly is the reason, whether it's the carpet or... but it's one of those days. Can't really find it in a good focus way to do it.
And the other thing is Nicky Brett has put him under a lot of pressure. He's led exceptionally well, so...
Yes, but sometimes a good lead, if the opposition lead is good or very good, you tend to focus better and give him a good fight. And as a lead, all you have to do is draw close, close second.
Darren might see a sniff of a chance here. Take shot bowl out. Looks to be a bowl tight to me.
Yeah. And that's what the problem is, because once you miss a shot like that,
Yeah,
you leave yourself
3 down,
exposed
maybe
for
4 if he stops. If
2
mine
or
goes,
3.
mate, so beating any one
Yeah,
of
like,
them.
I can't see
Green
Greg
triangle,
not getting
5,
another
4
one.
feet.
You
Five
have
feet.
4 feet.
You heard what
4
Nicky was
feet.
just asking him to do there. Need
Yeah.
another one just somewhere about. If Darren did take shot ball out at the moment, they would be holding 3. Whereas if Greg can just cut that down a bit, make sure there's another one roundabout for the Harlow and Brett combination.
Right up now. Come on. And again. And again.
He looks
Pass
close
that
with
up.
this to me.
Come on. Well done. Well done.
well, I'm not sure he wanted to have these two so close to each
Too bad.
other, but
No, because it is still possible to take both bowls, but Darren's going to have to be very, very accurate with this. Well, He's gone with a lot of pace. He's very close.
ball's up.
Very close.
Well done.
an
And
excellent
wow,
ball.
what a result! What a shot!
What a turnaround that was. Well, we said Greg needed to be in the area.
Three
He
shots,
was.
Anderson and Burnett.
But the Anderson and Burnett duo have just picked up a 3.
And that's a lifeline.
They are now only 1 shot behind after 5 ends in the second set. Big discussion now on length, I think. Where are we
Yeah.
going to put this mat? Where are we going to put this jack?
I would put the mat all the way up.
Same.
Still going back.
Well, maybe they're going full end now.
Jack length 28 metres.
Well, I think his mat's about a yard up. But fairly
Fine.
full length jack this. Oh, he's turning his back on that. Stuart doesn't like that at all.
It doesn't look so bad, or is it short? Yeah.
Bad.
Well,
2
under
feet.
normal circumstances, we'd say that was a fairly decent lead bowl, but when you're playing against the master, Nicky Brett,
Here we go.
here we go again.
Great start again, Nick. Well played.
Great bowl.
2 feet.
I haven't had a chance to see what the odds are in the singles championship here, but I would think Nicky must be one of the favourites.
Hurry. Hurry, hurry.
Nicky Brett plays Andy McLean from New Zealand in his opening game. Greg Harlow's got Martin Bucket from England to play. I think he's his one of the first singles games at 10 o'clock on Monday morning. Meanwhile, Stuart Anderson has got the delights of playing his fellow countryman Colin Walker.
Just quick, mate. Was
Well,
perfect.
Darren's in the area with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with the shot as soon as he delivered. And this was a great opportunity for them, being only 1 down, playing the 6th end. They can't afford to give more than 1.
Yeah, well done. Helps a lot.
And in the singles, of course,
Copy that,
Darren
mate.
Burnett, defending champion. He'll be one of the first games that goes on
Yeah, just favourite.
BBC TV coverage. A week on Monday the 19th of January, and he plays Andrew Barker from Scotland. So, all got tough opposition in the
Right.
first round games.
Go on. Hurry. Hurry. Hurry, bastard.
Well, Darren,
Hurry,
needs
past.
to slip past that bowl.
Not enough.
It's now close for the second, mate.
I'll have a look, mate. It looks
Right, yeah.
very
I
awkward.
think Greg's coming to have a look here. Not 100% sure whether Red might be holding 2.
How close to what is it, 2? It's probably 2.
No, I think he's holding 1, but he can be holding 2 after his next ball.
Well, there's an open draw down forehand. Thinks he's holding 2. He might not want to trail the jack, because 2 would be very, very nice at this stage.
Well, the problem with playing the forehand is maybe he's afraid of pushing the green ball
I think
in.
I'll go there, mate.
Okay, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's... He's
But-
really got that on either hand, hasn't he?
Yeah, he can play around.
I think the forehand's that bit more open, perhaps. Tends to be the hand that players keep away from coming back down to this commentary box, but there is a little bit of room there. Just be careful. That's what it needs to be. Just careful.
Oh, the way they have been playing, they were very accurate so far. This is not a bad ball, coming right under
Very
that
close.
green ball.
All on its pace.
and
Just needs it to run a touch.
Just.
Umpire.
Well, we know it's a 1. I think the players are looking at whether it's 2 or not.
So, Janice, I have a question for you.
Oh dear, go on.
No, don't worry about it. It's not a personal question. We were talking outside about the idea of having music in the background during the broadcast of the PBA World Bowls Tour games. What's your view on that?
As a player, I would welcome it very, very much so.
Really?
I think at times, Potters not necessarily because there's such a large
shots,
crowd.
Colin
It is
Brett.
2 to red there, which takes them into a 9-6 lead. I just think at some point in time, if we have a little bit of music in the background, the small noises that distract you would disappear because they'd blend
Totally.
into the music.
Correct. That's one thing.
I think quite a few of the players are in favour of it. I'm not quite sure what the stumbling block is, but I think it would be a really, really big
Well, I
plus.
agree with you on that point that you mentioned. I also think that for the crowd that watch the game, either in the arena or on television and YouTube,
Played, Nick.
there's going to be something in the background
Well
that
played,
is
buddy. Well played.
more fun and rather than just the quietness of this game.
The English Bowls Association over here run an event called that you're only playing with 3 bowls, singles.
Right.
Wind
3
up.
bowls, 3 ends. It's called the Premier Threes.
Great
And
effort.
during that, there's a music playing
Go.
until you've
Go,
actually
go.
had your jack set.
Okay.
And then while you're playing your bowl, obviously the music dies out. And then at the end of the end, while you're setting up ready for the next end, music's playing again. And I do think that that's a big plus. It's a nice event to play
Hurry
in.
along.
I've always enjoyed
Hurry
playing in
along.
it.
Hurry now.
And that was really,
Hurry.
when I played in that for the first time, I realised what a
Right,
good
mate. Great
plus
try.
Yeah.
having
Some
background
of
music would be. Certainly from a
Stop
player's
pushes,
point of
Nicky, if
view,
you miss
yeah,
them,
I
you
think
come in a
so.
good bet
Well,
anyway.
I think that
Stand team, maybe a couple
the
of
player's
feet.
point of
Some
view,
of
the
the
fact that
lads.
you're saying that gives me the confidence that the idea is good, because I was thinking more from the point of view of the viewers,
Right again.
for the benefit of the game being more popular
Trying,
in
yeah.
people to watch it when they have, I don't know, Madonna, the Beatles in the background. And part of the idea came up with when I play in the Ramat Gan Club back home in Israel. Next door to the bowling green, there's a scouts facility. And many times when we play competitions there, the scouts have extremely loud music on. And it actually, for me, I like it. I get
Yeah, well, I think the
Get
element with
excited
the
about
players
it.
as well is there's 1 or 2 of the top players. We all know who they are. That if you hear a pin drop, they'll step
Oh.
off the mat and they'll not be happy. Whereas if there's a bit of music going, you might not hear that pin drop.
Absolutely. You know
And
what? It reminds me of the last match I played against John Price in Scotland. Here on the portable arena, on the portable green. He was walking behind me when I was on the mat, and the squeaks
The
of the
floorboards.
floor
Yes, I remember it now. Yeah,
bothered me. And if there was music in the background,
that wouldn't have affected you.
I wouldn't
No.
even hear it.
No.
Plus, what's wrong with listening to good music while you're playing?
Well, Darren Burnett's in the area here. Needs a little touch on that jack. Yeah, well played. Need to score really at this end to keep the
It's 2.
chances realistic. Nicky Brett signalling 2 down there.
Just lose the yard.
Partnership of
4 feet or
Harlow
you're
and
playing
Brett.
something through here.
Need to just trying to play into something there. If you were playing the Premier Threes, music would play now while you're walking up to
Yeah.
have a look at the head. and then it would go back off again when you went back down to your mat.
Okay, that's halfway decent. That's a compromise.
I
Let's
would
call
mind.
it
I once played a national at a club near Whitehaven, and they had a keep fit class going on in the next room. It's like you were saying about the scout camp, and all you could hear was this music, and it was bang, bang, bang music. And I've never played a game of bowls with that sort of loud music, but it didn't bother me, and it was quite. I thought, well, you know, like you say, background music, very, very good.
I'd just be quick into there. Yeah, yeah.
I know some bowlers also
Even the
put
widest split, we'll sneak one away.
music on just for themselves with headphones. Maybe they don't want to be distracted by the opponents, but
Yeah, you see a number of the top players with headphones on just before they're going on to play to get the concentration level. Like a
Right.
song that gives you confidence. Right, Greg, down this forehand,
crucial.
reach to those two green bowls. Very close,
Well
in
done.
the area.
Well
One
done.
out.
Ooh, that bowl did a strange thing, it sort of moved back on itself. So I think we're still one green. Darren Burnett will be wanting to draw for another here.
Good time. Yeah, hurry on here. That was all, mate.
Oh dear, oh dear. This was a very crucial point that he could
One
have
shot, Anderson Burnett.
added to his scoreboard. 9-7 after 8 ends. After 7.
Yeah, that'll be a spare he'll be regretting not having made. Two behind, 2 ends to play, and the partnership of Darren Burnett and Stuart Anderson have got to win this set. 2 shots in 2 ends is not good enough, they need 3 shots in 2 ends. Well, Stuart, it was a good track.
Yeah, good start. That's a very good start.
Those viewers watching, you might just see on the front row there,
Just too much.
just behind where Greg is at the moment, there's a gentleman sat with a red t-shirt on. There's a young
That's
gentleman
the
called
fraction,
Wayne
mate.
Ditchfield
One
from
up.
Blackpool,
There we go.
current British Isles under-25 champion, but also one of the big names from the Crown Green scene. He took part in Super Bowl back in October, where he beat Paul Foster
Again here.
in the first round.
Very good.
Wanted to come down to have a look at Potters, see what it was all about.
And here's Stuart in the game.
Turn it over.
Yep, 2 good deliveries there from Stuart.
Yeah, I think it is, mate.
In there.
Wayne's nickname on the Crown Green, for those Crown Greeners that are listening, they probably won't know him as Wayne, they'll know him as the Beast, because his nickname's the Beast.
Great ball, whatever. Great ball, mate. Well done.
I'm sure you'll find him a drink later for giving him a mention in commentary.
Okay, mate. One green.
Stuart Anderson and Darren Burnett are holding 1 shot here. It's going to be hard to make a second. And I'm sure Greg's going to try and make it harder for them.
Go on. One, Darren. Hurry.
He's very close, he is, Vika.
Close, and
Very
he's-
close.
Yeah, he's short. But the idea was
Distance
great.
there, mate.
In
Last
fact,
bowl,
he
there's
probably
about
had in
7 inch
mind
gap
maybe
between
dragging
the
the
jack.
jack a little.
Still room?
Yeah, I think he needed
Could have made a
another
3 out
6
of
to
it.
8 inches in that bowl would have been absolutely perfect. Now he really does tighten it down to get another shot out of it.
Yeah.
No. Just run now. Run as far as you can.
Short again.
And again. No, that's good there. That blocks that gap.
Backhand is closed.
Now how do you get a second shot out of this?
I'll draw around his last ball. He can do that. It's possible to draw around his last green short ball. Well, the other choice maybe, which I have a feeling that they're discussing, is maybe playing to take out the red ball. But there's a big danger there if you...
Huge danger.
Yeah.
Nice to see them both smiling there.
I know. So close.
Well, decision made.
Sorry.
Darren's one of the players that likes to see the line at the edge of the rink. Very unusual that you have to ask at this level for somebody to move. But I think it was just because
Going
Greg
again.
and Nicky were having a bit of a conflab over a drink of water. Well, Darren,
Will you come back?
Down.
very, very
Done.
close here. Great effort.
Same as that, mate. If you
If
beat
it
that, you'll be-
sits,
Well,
No trying.
if you sit off that, you'll nearly make 2.
well, our indicators are still showing just one green. If it's just one green, Greg will have to be very careful here. Just looking for a similar shot, I think, to the one that Darren Burnett just tried. Just the nice, neat draw. Just running a bit. We'll just wait for
One shot,
confirmation, but I
Anderson
think that
Burnett.
might just be one green.
yes.
So that leaves Greg Harlow and Nicky Brett 9-8 up, playing the last end of the second set.
Yep.
And the English duo, defending champions,
That's something.
Harlow and Brett, won the first set 11-2. Burnett and Anderson have to pick up a 2 at this end to take us into a tie break.
Correct, because the tie of this set is not going to be good enough for them.
Jack 9, 29.5 meters.
Well, they can do it.
Well, they've gone for your original suggestion about full length. They've gone Matt right back.
Good start
It's
here.
taken till the last end of the second
Get
set.
one on the bend.
Well, it takes time to get to
It's good.
to the right decision. There we go. Not a bad opener.
Great track from Nicky Brett. What's his weight like? Looks good. It's in the area. Just pulling up a touch. Still very, very good. Well played, Nicky Brett.
That's, as David Gurley says, the perfect shot
Up and
for
touching
Lee
it or drawing
on
round
this
it to meet your own
particular
again. So I
green.
wouldn't
To have a
change.
toucher
No,
that
but
is slightly short of the jack.
Hurry.
David Gawley, of course, is one of the masters of the
Stuart.
portable rink and was the
Hurry
very
on.
successful head coach of
Hurry on
the
here.
Bowls Team Scotland at the
Hurry on,
Commonwealth
come away
Games.
from it, Phil. Come away from it.
Yeah,
It's
and
okay.
now
Just
he's
try
in
and slip
Spain,
past it.
Yes,
having
mate.
fun,
It
Now he
will
lives
go
in
out
Spain.
clean, so throwing
enjoying
that
the
in.
sun.
Yes, he put a photograph on Facebook on I think it was Christmas Day or Boxing Day of him on the
Sunbathing?
veranda sunbathing when up in Lancashire we had howling gales and snow and all sorts. I thought, yes, thank you, friend.
Well,
Great ball again from Nicky. Does open it up a touch. Darren's now got the forehand trail.
It's just a case of getting. I mean,
Am I right to stay?
I don't think there's any point in trying to play it safe. You know, I don't see a point in trying to play it difficult because it's such a half hand. I think you can still at least by quick. You can still get the two there. Okay. Get the touch off forward well. So
I know,
be it.
mate. Yeah, take a chance.
Get the two out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darren just indicated for you there what sort of shot he needs. Playing it with a lot of weight. He's watching it. He's very, very close.
Okay. Fortunately for him, at least he's holding a shot, but that's...
I think Nicky Brett was wanting to put it back on the tee there. But he holds shot. Now it's very much a question of Greg Harlow's 2 bowls versus Darren Burnett's 1 bowl.
Ooh.
And Darren has to score 2
Well,
shots.
he has to score 2 shots.
I mean, they're indicating he's currently holding 2, but
No,
I
it's-
can't see Greg not being close to this.
Exactly. Well, the problem really that Darren has is that Greg has 2 balls, and
what a bowl this is.
Yeah.
What a great bowl that is. Well, the thing is, Darren needs to score the 2, take the bowl out. You've got 2, Darren. But then
he needs to chop and lie and hope that Greg will deliver a ball with the wrong bias.
I think you could be right there.
That's the only.
I
That's
think,
the
I
only
think
way.
even Darren realises that.
He has to take him out, stay, and really pray.
He's gone for the takeout.
Missed it
He's
all.
just missed it. Second set, 10-8 to the defending champions, Greg Harlow and Nicky Brett. Thank you for joining myself and Zvika for this game. Thank you for your company, Zvika.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I want to take the opportunity and say hello to all my friends in Israel, the bowlers from Ra'anana Bowling Club, and of course my lovely wife Dalit and the 3 beautiful kids. Thank you, and talk to you and see you in the next match coming up.
And say if you're interested, folks, Robert Paxson, Simon Skelton versus Billy Jackson and Gary Smith next up.
think I'm going to put some background music on for us.
WBT live coverage here at the Just Retirement World Indoor Pairs Championship, hosted by Potters Resort here at Hopton-on-Sea. My name's Janice Gower, and I've been joined in the commentary box by Zvika Hadar from Israel, and we're going to put you through this game, very interesting game lined up here.
Dan Blewett is the umpire. Have a good match.
We've got the two English qualifiers, Billy Jackson and Gary Smith, playing against Robert Paxton and Simon Skelton. Robert Paxton is the highest ranked player we've seen so far out here on the portable carpet. Current ranking at 2, just behind Paul Foster. But the two English guys really have played well. They played the qualifiers at Lincoln to get through.
Jack playing for 28
and they
metres.
had to play qualifier out on the Bowlers Bar rinks, and came in here to play an English pairs playoff, and then last night defeated Jason Greenslade and John Price in the main event. So they played 3 games yesterday in a day to get here.
Great road, mate.
But all 4 very good players.
Yes, I had the chance to see the qualifiers games. They were very good. Obviously, they went through.
Easy touch,
I especially enjoyed Gary Smith's
Easy
performance.
touch, buddy.
Playing on the bowlers arena. He had to shine. I think Billy was a little off, but when they came to play on the portable rink yesterday, Billy gave him very good support as a lead, and that's how they made it.
Yeah, well, of course, Billy Jackson won the world singles here back in 2009, so he's a previous world champion, the only one of the 4 of them to have actually won the world championship. So he's got great experience out on this portable rink. Robert Paxton's one of the shooting stars in the WBT. He's shot into the top 16 and then fought his way up into the
One red.
top couple of places. Would dearly like to get that number 1 spot, but currently he's ranked at 2. And just an interesting comment on playing order here. Billy Jackson leading for Gary R. Smith, one of the most successful international skips of all time. But the question was, on the other hand, I had wondered which way round the Skelton and Paxton duo would play. Simon Skelton's won the mixed pairs here, skipping. Rob's been known as being a very good lead in the past, but chosen to play with Simon leading and Rob skipping. Again, we mentioned in the game earlier, Zvika, 2 ball pairs, it's virtually like a game of singles, just with 2 people playing it anyway, so the order of play can be irrelevant at this level.
That's correct.
1 yard jump.
Actually, even be more difficult because each player has 2 balls, so the such a shot selection is a little more careful, choosing to play heavy shots and drives.
Come on, Gary.
Gary R. Smith's very close here. Very close. What a ball from Gary. If that doesn't get shot, it was an awesome ball. You always say about Gary R. Smith, don't give him a draw line. He's lethal with the draw line.
Technically 1. Yeah. Okay.
Good thing about the pairs games here at the Just Retirement World Indoor Pairs Championships is all the players are mic'd up. Rob electing to carry that ball as they were holding one, so that's the opening end. First blood, first shot, Robert Paxton, Simon Skelton. Yeah, as I was mentioning, all the players are mic'd up, so it gives you viewers at home and in the stands the chance to hear what the shot selections are between the players, what their thoughts are. Gary Smith's only Played WBT,
Mate,
PBA
26.5
events for the
metres.
last 2-3 years. Some thought on paper, if you looked at what he's achieved over the years and the respect that players and spectators hold him in, he would have been in the top 16. But he's only just started playing in PBA events and he's already dragged himself up into
Pretty good, mate. Pretty good.
position 19, I believe. He won a tour card last year, which got him into all 3 events. So he's looking to capitalise on that.
Very close, mate. Very close, mate.
He's
Good
playing
start
with the
to
very experienced Billy Jackson. He's
mate.
won this World Pairs title 2 consecutive years, playing with
So bowling
David
from,
Gawley.
mate. Your choice ready, yours is foot. Right effort, Si. Right
Rob's
up.
urging this bowl of Simon's
Get up,
on.
son. Get up, Skelly.
It's very, very close
Great shot,
here.
mate. Great shot.
As close as it gets.
A great bowl from Skelly there.
Still sneaking there, mate, if you wanted it. Still a road in there for the white. Ball onto the ball.
You just
Simon
hear
level,
that
guys.
Gary's
He's gone
calling
actually,
Billy to
mate.
just play down to there. It's past his own bowl, he has a chance of sitting on shot bowl.
Big effort there, son.
Well,
Great
in the
effort,
area, and just that bowl high. Great effort.
One
Well, we've started off very well, Zvika, at the first end.
Yes. Well, position of the head is not favorable, of course, to Gary now. Now let's.
Great effort here, Rob. Hey!
That's the one thing about Simon, very, very
Yeah,
vocal on the rink.
Slightly to you, guys.
The opposite of Robert.
Yes, Robert can be. I've watched him play in a few team events and in the past, and he used to be very, very vocal on a rink. Then he went off to Australia.
Okay,
He
mate.
seemed to come back a bit of a quieter chap on a rink.
Well, you know how laid back they are in Australia.
Very true.
No worries.
Restart almost splits the 2. That is
He's
a
a
restart.
little bit over the pace that Gary really wanted. Doesn't really want to be playing at that sort of pace.
Hurry. Hurry, Rob. Bit more. It's okay. It's in the line.
Do you think?
It's got to be.
Take PS out of that or what?
The only problem with
I
the
think
same
that's all, mate, yeah.
shot
You take ours
is
clean
if
out
by
and nothing,
chance he
you'll drop
takes his
4.
ball out,
So, like say, reduce the pace.
he's going to give 4 away.
Yeah, I don't think he can afford to risk
Should
that. I
stay
think he
about then
probably
if you get
might
it.
just play this over the draw. Billy will have told him what he thought. Look at the concentration on there. On the face of Gary Smith there. Very, very concentrating. He'll desperately want to win this game.
Down a bit, guys. Try, mate.
Good effort. I think that was more the pace to play.
2 shots to Skelton and Paxton.
2 shots to Skelton and Paxton. That gives them a 3-0 lead after 2 ends.
Well, I had the chance to meet Gary in the last few days when we were playing the qualifiers games. I got to know his partner,
Shelley?
Shelley, and they're nice people.
Yeah, Shelley's actually the manager at Stanley Indoor Bowls Club, where Gary plays his bowls, so that's
Well,
That's
not only
nice
plays his
convenient.
balls, I understand that he also runs a shop there. Or
yeah,
Like
he has
27.5
he has a shop there selling bowls, equipment and supplies for the northeast.
And I saw her sitting in the stands, very nervous.
Yeah, I noticed she's on the back row of the stands today, probably still as nervous.
Right.
She did say to me yesterday, not a very good spectator.
Well, the reason she's in the back row, probably she doesn't want to have eye contact with
Last
Gary
one,
during the match.
Like this.
Yeah, it can be disturbing
Right up, Billy.
sometimes for some people.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you want the support out there,
Good start.
you don't want critical support.
Well, you're very good, sir.
Or just even the fact that there is somebody there that you may think about rather than concentrate on your balls, and some people live comfortably with the
And move, buddy.
influence of people around them, and some people are not.
Right, right, right.
Oh, great ball from Simon there. I
Good if
still
you can
think
get to that, mate,
Jackson's
to be honest.
holding
Just
holding
go on.
shot. Yeah, you're very right. But on the other hand, sometimes there are people that can just you look over and that supportive, or they say, "Come on, you can do this," and
Oh,
that
yeah.
helps. So
That helps. You need to have some sort of support.
Right, yeah.
Lifts you up a little, and you know that whatever you do, if you do it right, especially, it's appreciated.
well, Green are holding one here. Still plenty of room there for Rob Paxton to draw a shot. Yeah, Rob's very close with this.
Hold.
Just needs to run a little touch further for him. If it sits down.
Right, pace is good. Yeah, as you was, right.
Billy Jackson was close to packing in the game a couple of years back at this sort of level. Dropped out of the top 16, qualified back in a couple of times, and then thought, well, perhaps I haven't got a title back in me. And then in October, he won the brand new Super Bowl event. He said, I'm back and enjoying bowls and competitive again.
Pace, that's all.
He's got the wild card into the main singles event here, because the sponsor of Super Bowl is Just Retirement. Of course, this is the Just Retirement World Championship, so they invited their champion as one of the wild cards.
Great
And
try.
Billy has an opening game against Jonathan Ross.
Lose a foot, you'll be close,
So,
mate.
That'll be one that Jonathan Ross won't have wanted to see. Billy's one of those that, again, like Gary, he's just on the edge of
Nice
this
line
top
again.
16. He'll be keen to get back in,
Come back, guys.
especially now he's got his fight and fire back.
Another good effort, buddy.
One shot to Jackson and Smith.
It was better, wasn't it?
Well, I think that's one shot to Green. Billy Jackson and Gary Smith score at that end, which means that the score is currently 3-1 to Paxton and Skelton after 3 ends. The marker for this game is Brian Daly. The umpire is Dan Blewett, part of a very, very strong
Jack length,
Royal
28
Bowls Tour umpiring and marking team, here to help and assist the players and make sure everything runs correctly on the rinks. Well, Billy Jackson looks a very good line on here.
Good start, mate. As you say, mate. Nice place.
Again, those viewers at home that like to know what bowls players play with, both Billy Jackson and Gary R. Smith are Henselite players and play normally with the Tigers. Gary will definitely be playing with his Tigers.
Yeah,
Billy
sir.
sometimes swaps to his Tiger 2s or Tiger
All over it.
Pros,
All over it, buddy.
and it's quite well known that both Simon Skelton
Switching
and Robert
girls.
Paxton are Drake's Pride
Pretty
professional
tender
men.
to me, to be honest.
So we've got a Henselite versus Drake's Pride battle out there on the rink today.
On the road, mate.
I hope it's up.
It's one of the
Right.
most frequent questions I get asked about what players
No
play
problem.
with
Ha,
on the surface.
ha.
I know, and
Well-
some people change about quite a bit.
That's it, man.
Well, it seems
No, no, we tend to stand out as well, so
that
now. Last ball's pretty much a length.
the bending balls are much more popular on this rink. Obviously, the Taylor, the Hanselite, and the Drake's Pride. I'm familiar with the Drake's Pride on this particular rink. I play with the professional 4, which is the same ball both Simon and Robert are playing with. It's a good ball. I guess it's a good overall ball. But the Taylor may even have a better history success here. I'm not sure. That's at least.
Well, Darren Burnett won the singles last year playing with, obviously, his Taylor bowls.
Right.
But obviously, historically, when you look at the likes of Paul Foster and Alec Marshall and their success rate on here, and Nicky Breton,
Make the trip, mate.
Right, and
Greg
and
Harlan,
then
they're all tigers.
and Greg is Hanselite
yeah,
man.
they're all tigers. So I think it's mixed. It's very, very mixed as
You're in,
to
matey. Just over
Maybe-
personal preference.
Maybe the
Well
human
shot now, that ball.
factor is what's more important.
You're telling me they're human and not machines out there?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're quite happy for you to play third if you want. Yeah, best back.
That's the
Two
beauty in this sport, that anybody can beat anybody in any given day.
Very much so.
And if
Okay.
we or they
Yeah,
were
well, that's-
machines, it would be boring
Would
to
be
watch
tough.
the game.
Yes, and the thing is with this sets play as well, as we've mentioned in the game earlier, if you do happen to lose the first set, it's a clean slate. You can start again in the second set.
Totally.
Whereas if you are playing a game of 21 up and you go 10-0 or 11-0 down,
Well, that doesn't mean much. I mean, that's not over.
no, but it's different. If you lose the first set 11-0 in this,
Hold your line, guys.
it's a clean slate for the second set.
Right,
Hold your head up.
definitely. It's you don't
Bye-bye.
take the
Hold on.
baggage with you. Meaning, if you're in a 21 up, you're down 11-1. You have to overcome
to
the
fight that back.
10 shots and win the second half of the match.
Good line, Rob.
Well,
No, I like the set system. It's more
we go.
favorable to the viewers
Yeah, well played, mate.
and to the and for the underdog.
yeah. It gives everybody a chance, really.
Footage, all right.
Looks like Rob might have just drawn that in
One
for
shot
shot.
to Skelton and Paxton.
Yeah, 1 to Paxton and Skelton. That gives them a 4-1 lead after 4 ends. But for those of you that actually followed the Jackson-Smith game of yesterday, in both sets they were 5-1 down and came back to win them. I don't think they'll have planned that for today, but they'll know that they possibly can come back from there.
You mean that's not their game plan?
I don't think so.
Well,
28
if
metres.
it is, then they have to give away 1 shot now, so it will be 5-1 again.
We'll see what happens.
Okay. We'll see if they do it on purpose or not.
But at least, like I say, they know that they can come back from that sort of distance.
Yeah.
Any drop, mate. Any drop. Get home, Skelly. What a pace, mate. Great shot, buddy.
Great lead there from Simon.
Not bad, mate. Not bad, mate. Well played. Good play, mate. Anyway, nice confident
Good
drawing.
reply from Billy. It was just that bowl tight, really.
Oops. That was an odd delivery.
Oh, he's very jerky deliveries, Simon.
Well,
Get
but it
up,
was
buddy.
unusual
Get
for
up.
him.
And up, Skelly. Get up,
So
buddy.
it's not finished badly.
But yeah.
Any lift, mate?
Very vocal player, Simon Skelton. Does a lot of shouting and hollering at bowls, which is always good for the entertainment and the spectators.
Yes, very much.
Billy's just overplayed that. Still chances for a skip, though. Still got that trail.
One red.
Rob Paxton will try and take that away from them. Try and get one in.
I had the chance to spend some quality time with Robert in the last European Championship in Spain. It was a beautiful event, and Robert was part of the English team, of course. He won the gold medal. And one of the things that I remember the most from that event, after the ceremony of giving away the medals and everything, a lot of the players, including moi, we jumped into the pool, clothes on.
Nice way to cool off.
Yeah. So the president and the gold medalist jumped into the pool.
All together.
Yeah.
You just got the dip, mate.
Well, right
Beautiful
idea,
wave.
Gary. It was just that bowl tight.
Just looking
It's
to
probably
get
just lacking a
topside
bit
of
of weight
the
as well, really.
Yeah, I
so
think they've got three
take
on
a
here.
chance with his next one.
It depends what he
Yeah,
wanted to do, if he
I think
wanted
really
to
you're
just
looking at
draw
that sort
or
of area
trail.
as you can. A couple of feet behind the last bowl. In line with it. We got third as well. We've got third.
Big opportunity for Gary now to just slightly trail that jack for 3.
This is very good.
Rob's trying to close that down. If he just passes that
Yep,
green
that
bowl,
is
it's a
perfect.
really good
Oh,
bowl.
that's good.
Very good bowl,
That's,
Rob.
you know what?
Ball there,
It's almost
big long jack,
perfect
mate.
because it's close to these two, but it does split the 3. Now it's all up to Gary.
I mean, Gary's still got the chop and lie on the bowl for 2. And he's just played it
Down,
wide. He doesn't want to get back
Leave
to
it
that
now,
red
then.
bowl. Chop him in for 2.
And
Oh dear. You don't want to be giving players like these
Shots
shots.
to Skelton and Paxton.
It's a 2 to Paxton Skelton. They now lead 6-1 after 5 ends.
well, which
Isn't the 5-1 that I
is the
mentioned?
big question now. It's not a 5-1, it's
It's
a
a 6-1.
6-1. Can they
Can
do
they come
it?
back from there?
Well, maybe they're upgrading now their qualities. And
Yeah, trying a different tactic. Well, they've still got 4 ends left, so they've got to score 5 shots to tie, 6 shots to win.
well, it's all in the momentum now.
Jack length, 27
Yeah,
and a
good
half
lead
metres.
from Simon here, and it puts Gary and Billy under all sorts of pressure.
And let go, mate. And let go. And you drop me out, Skelly.
Oh, good opening bowl there from Simon
Well done, mate.
Skelton. Rob will be happy with that. Billy looking to just follow it down. He's got a chance with this if it just swings behind.
And he's
Still happy with that?
good weight.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yours is only half a bowl short.
Really,
Just
really
dropping
need to be
inside.
counting at this end. The pairing of Jackson and Smith.
Stay on that height. Stay at
Close again, Simon.
It's right though, if you want it.
Billy will change to his forehand now. Just a draw. Touching the jack's a bonus.
Easy inside. Easy inside.
Drop me with that, because at least if you miss it, you
Not a bad ball.
One red.
Well, as we discussed in the previous game, I think that a big part of the game now is really adjusting to this new carpet, the brand new carpet that they laid on this portable rink. And almost with every ball I see there's some difficulty that the players have adjusting to what they used to know on this rink, blindfolded pretty much.
Well, that's why they always say that you try and get one of the top 16 in the opening rounds when they're still vulnerable to
15 inches to
the
the
nuances
jack.
of
There you
the
go, mate.
changing rink.
Well, it was definitely an advantage to the top 16 bowlers playing against
Don't follow your track, Gary.
the wild cards or
Pace is
any
about,
other
mate.
player that does not have as much experience on
Pace
this
of the
ring,
drum
because
would be
it
great.
is unique. It has a special.
Well,
I never played on a
Steve,
surface
can you ask
such
me
as this
first,
one.
mate, because
It's
you're just gonna be
unique
getting to that
characters
area.
that you don't see anywhere else.
Yeah, when I first qualified here, I spoke to somebody from my club, Cumbria, that had qualified here a few times before, and asked him how I could go about practicing for it. And this was somebody that a lot of people have heard of, the
That's
International
unlucky.
Stuart Area, and he said you can't practice
Good
for
ball,
it.
unlucky.
The only place you can practice for it is on it.
On it.
It is
Wow.
a
Anything on the
totally
track, you're gonna
different
make
ring
three,
to
Gary?
anything anybody will ever have played on before.
and for those who are not familiar with it, first of all, you have borders on the side, two ditches along the ring. As you can see, it's a single ring. Plus, it has a bend with a big hook at the end. Normally more than what you're seeing right
Good
now.
ball, Gary,
Brilliant
there.
shot by Gary.
Great ball from Gary there.
Lifesaver for him.
One shot
So
to Jackson
having
Smith.
a ring that has a big hook makes you decide on shots, normally either a full drive or a draw. Unlike when you play on an outdoor surface or indoor that is a slower indoor, where you can play chop and lie shots and with a little bit of weight. Here it almost doesn't exist.
Yeah, you've got to think a totally different shot strategy sometimes, haven't you? You can't
Absolutely.
think the ordinary yard-on shot. It doesn't exist.
And many times people make the mistake, including myself, where it's in your DNA to have a shot of pushing a ball a yard, and you're really tempted to do it, and you try to do it, and 9 out of 10 times you're not successful at doing it, and you leave yourself exposed to give away more shots.
Yeah, from a commentary point of view, you see it time and time again, especially qualifiers that have never been to the portable rink before. You watch them choosing a shot that you know is practically impossible to play on the rink. And then
Absolutely.
once they've learnt that, it's obviously more often than not too late. And then getting back here in qualifiers, as you know, is extremely hard work.
Yeah, and by the way, another thing is we talked about the type of balls, and despite the fact that it's a bending ring with a big hook, yet the players have to choose and play a bending ball, which is in a way opposite of
I'll be
what
the same, mate. You're 2 balls short with your last.
would make sense.
How short
It
am
would
I?
make sense to play
2
with
balls,
a narrow
2 balls.
ball on a rink that bends so much. But yet, in order to reach the center line of the rink, you really have to play with wide balls.
Yeah, like I say, for those viewers at home, it is a different surface to play on than anything that you'll play on in your clubs. You say we play a couple of the World Balls Tour events at a club called Blackpool Newton Hall, and that's actually played on their bona fide rink too, because they've got a blue carpet at the club. We just put the set round it, and there you'll see players playing the yard-on shot and the 2 yard-on shot. It's a very true rink, whereas this portable rink has differences where it's laid, and also differences in general. And the one thing that Zvika just pointed out is it tends to be a surface that you have to play draw or drive on. Well, Smith and Jackson holding one here. Gary just wants to draw in another.
Get down, mate.
Really needs a couple here to
Try, Gary.
get them back into this game.
Just
6-2
over pace,
down
mate.
after 6 ends. Paxton, one of the most consistent players in the top 16 now. He's knocking on the doors of the events. Would
Down for
dearly
Jack.
like to win this
Down.
World Championship here. Very close with this, Rob.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's just a bit unlucky, but it certainly closes the end down.
Great deal you can
It's
do, mate.
very hard work for Gary to score another
Robert
shot.
is a bowl pass.
He gives himself
That's
a
too
shot with his
short.
left bowl.
There is room, to be absolutely perfect.
He's going to have a go.
Nothing there at all for you.
Yeah, that's basically for Rob, the shot is to take
Perfect ball,
Jackson
mate.
Smith's ball out.
Yeah. I mean,
Mr.
you
Smith
post
to try and
with
get
that.
another one in there.
You get the drop
Next
right
on
there,
Rob's
you're
last
into the ball,
bowl,
lady.
could get shot.
Well, anything can happen.
Not as high. Come on, guys. Pretty good, mate,
That's
this.
an interesting ball coming.
Super
Great
try,
line.
Gazza.
That's an interesting ball coming.
played the
Is he
perfect
finding
ball,
the
mate.
gap?
Yeah,
That
Well,
is
what a ball, Gary Smith.
brilliant.
That has got to be one of the best bowls I've seen so far in this event. That was played to perfection. The players that will be watching back home at Stanley Indoor will be well pleased with that one.
If you can get that ball first, get them both.
And that's pretty much the consistency that I've seen from Gary this week. He really impressed me.
Yeah.
If you get the ball first, there's a chance of getting both. There you go.
So let's see what happens if it's burned. Well, it depends which side it's going to go to. Because I can't see him drawing the shot.
No, I don't think Rob will be trying to draw this. I think he'll be playing something down into it. He's focusing on it. Playing the forehand. Going to be a runner. Very consistent with his runner. He's very close with this, Vika. Very, very close.
Well,
Got it.
well, good result. First of all, it's excellent ball with good result.
Looks like it might be
One
one
shot
red.
to Jackson and Smith.
Oh no, it looks like from here it looks like a
One
green,
green.
and green it is. Okay, we cut it down from 2 to 1.
Yeah, that's one more shot. That means after 7 ends, Robert Paxton and Simon Skelton are 6-3 up against Billy Jackson and Gary R. Smith in the 9-end first set of this quarter-final game.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
So what about some music?
We're back to talking about background music while players are bowling. It's
You know, I'm almost tempted to put some music. Wow, what a
that's a
start.
great opener from Billy Jackson. Like I say, Billy won the Super Bowl back in October, earned himself the nickname The Wizard off the Crown Greeners as he played some shots that were unbelievable.
For those of us that are not familiar with the Super Bowl, that was a tournament that was for crown bowlers and flat green bowlers,
Yeah,
right?
it was a resurrection of the event that used to be run back in the 1980s on Granada TV, way back when. And it featured crown greeners playing against flat greeners
On what surface?
on the indoor surface.
Good effort, mate.
Televising the crown green game on crown green is very hard work
Following, mate. Get inside the last, very good.
to appreciate the undulations and the surface. Most people think crown's a perfect crown and it isn't. Some crown greens have got 5 or 6 crowns and bumps and hollows, and it's very hard to believe that sometimes you can play
set of bowls,
a
buddy.
6-foot bowl
Great set.
and it can be a really good bowl, it can be unbeatable. So to television viewers that would be hard to understand. Rob Paxton himself, he's had a go at crown green a few years back, played it very well, took to it very well. A lot more money involved in general in crown green. You can play virtually in an event every weekend and win decent money. But what we did with the Super Bowl back in October was we had 8 crown greeners and 8 indoor players, and they played against each other in the singles, but then we paired them together in the pairs, so every indoor player played with a crown greener. So it was a very good event, very lively. They're a lot more boisterous, let's say, than the indoor players. But the likes of Nicky Brett and Darren Burnett and Billy Jackson really enjoyed the experience, enjoyed the banter, enjoyed the stick that they got from the ringside.
Best back, really.
Well, looking at the situation now, this is could be a deciding end here.
Okay.
6-3 up.
Yeah, Rob didn't want to be short with that because Gary's got to be reaching into this to try and change something. He could get,
Fancy
he
it,
could get
guys. You
both
get the
bowls.
shot bowl, they're both gone. Leaves you 3.
That's what Billy's asking him to
You
do.
follow the jack straight in the ditch if you're slightly under, mate. You win both spots as it stands.
They actually have to pick up a shot. Can't afford not to pick up a shot here.
Big effort, son.
Well, I tell you what, it's very close.
Yes.
Ball
It's
side,
very
yes.
close.
And the back one.
Oh, wow,
How
he
unlucky
did
was
it.
that?
Well, I think that he's holding a shot, at least one, so that's not bad.
Yeah, but
He could have
he
taken
actually,
both out.
yeah, he got the edge on the second red ball and
Right.
it just didn't go out.
But we can't discount Rob's ability to draw the shot now.
Oh yeah, there's always the pressure element, but yeah, Rob Paxton, world number 2, will be fancying his chances to draw this.
Try with this,
Well,
Rob.
he's stalking it, watching it very close. I think needs to just run a touch.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And he's short.
Yeah, I can't sneak too there, mate. You can try.
Saying, guys, one green.
Jackson stuff.
Another one dragged back. Gives them a shout in the last end. Robert Paxton and Simon Skelton lead 6-4 going into the last end, N9 of the first set here at the Just Retirement World Indoor Pairs Championship.
Jack Lane, 27
And
and a
the
half.
players and spectators and everybody involved here will be getting the glad rags on tonight. It's the annual World Bowls Tour Awards ceremony.
Real line there.
So,
Right up
The
against.
big gala dinner.
yep, it's
Right
looking
up
forward
against
to it. Should be a good evening.
Right, but
Good
you...
play, Billy, lad.
Great start, Billy Jackson.
I forgot my tux at home.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. I can't lend you a dress because I haven't brought one. Oh, you can always tell when it's the last game to commentate on of the day. Silly comments start flying. We're just being kept going on jelly babies and
No, but I'm
liquid
happy.
refreshment.
I'm happy you can't lend me the
Roll it
dress. Address.
Similar pace.
Otherwise, I would have had to wear a dress.
Yeah, thought so.
all good fun.
Good stuff
All
here.
good fun.
Good
Okay,
stuff.
Great balls from Billy Jackson there. That's the two they need to draw. Puts the pressure slightly back onto the Skelton-Paxton partnership.
Easy touch there. Easy touch, buddy.
Great effort there. Well, Gary, just need to really be making sure you cover that ball. What he doesn't want to do is give Paco a target. Give him a target. Red rag to a ball with Robert Paxton. Likes to play a reaching bowl and plays them very well.
All right. So if you, Gary, now, what do? You
I think I'm
put
drawing to
another ball
that
in,
back. Yeah,
or you
back,
go to the back
drawing to that back bowl.
to be in the count.
Yeah,
Okay.
make sure
Nice
you're
track,
behind. That's the key part. Because Rob's
Come
got
on,
to
guys,
play the
pretty
bowl.
good here.
Sometimes it's better at two bowl
Pass the
pairs
jack.
to just make sure you're about and force the opponent
you're
to
all right,
play
pass
the
the
bowl.
length, mate.
Well, that's another one in the count.
But if you rest
Does
that, you
it
close
make
to
the
second.
target larger? I don't know.
Concentration on the features of Robert Paxton here. All on your pace, I think,
Great
Rob.
effort.
Very close if it starts to dip now.
Easy, sir.
Oh.
Very close. Wow. That, as we would say up north, I think that missed by a flag paper. Now,
There,
Gary,
when
with
that
change
does a job,
hands,
when it
go
gets
to
a
that
thin
ball.
edge on it, you could still get a pair. Drop one there, mate.
Where your partner's foot is. That's what he's asked for.
Nope. Yeah, he's
Down
doing
the
the
forehand.
forehand as you suggested.
Just where to Billy's foot is, ideally.
Well, the
Ro-
way it is right now,
bend so we can block it,
this
man.
pair is coming back from 6-1.
We'll bend a lot then.
This is an interesting ball.
Loads.
That's a very good ball in my opinion, because it's sort of a blocker for the drive.
Well, I suppose the situation is, you know, it's just a question of, oh, great picture there of the Langham Glass trophies that the winners of the pairs championship will win. But I suppose it's very much a question at this end, Zvika, of the fact that you're holding the 3, let the guy play the shot. He's only got 1 ball left.
Right, and the choice, in my opinion, would have been, if not for the blocker, to have a run, make a contact with either the jack or the one of the 2 balls, and you win the set.
Well, at the moment, Gary R. Smith and Billy Jackson are holding a set live. Rob Paxton likes this. He really likes this. Normally when he likes it, he's close. He's very close. What a ball, Rob Paxton. Brilliant ball.
Well done, Rob.
1 shot to the red. They win the first set, 7-4. That was a great closing ball from Rob Paxton.
And that's going back to what you said about the pressure. They were under pressure at the beginning of this end with 2 balls on the jack, but Robert did very well under the pressure. In fact, I think that the great bowlers perform better under pressure.
Yeah, I think so. I think
It brings the
there's a
best
lot
out
of
of them.
experience involved as well. The experience of being in those positions before, knowing that you're able to play the shot, has a huge count on the
Okay,
thing.
but assuming that most bowlers here at this level are experienced, what I love to see, and that's really, it happens a lot, that these great bowlers,
Jack length,
when the
25
pressure
and a
is
half
on,
metres.
they concentrate more, and
Yeah.
they normally perform better.
Under pressure, yeah.
And when there's no pressure, they take it easy and not as accurate.
Well, that's the first set to Robert Paxton and Simon Skelton. They won that 7-4. That means Billy Jackson and Gary Smith have got to win this second set to take us into a tie break.
Great start.
Here's a good mate.
Billy's just dropping short there with that one.
Gap of a good 2-inch, mate. Just keeping the same. Run it. And run. And run. And run. Nope, it's there. Easy there.
Ball again from Simon. Simon and Rob are all smiles there. Great ball from Rob Paxton to win that first set. Puts him in the driving seat.
Come here. 2 red. Yeah.
So there's one on this side.
I don't know if you noticed, but Robert wears shoes same color as his balls.
Yeah,
And
the
when
manufacturer who plays for us.
When he plays with the green balls, he plays with green soles.
Yeah, the manufacturer he plays for has produced
2.5 feet
both
past
colour
Billy's back.
shoes.
Yeah, well, especially for him, or
No.
Oh, okay.
All their players have them. Simon Skelton probably has them at home, but he does prefer to play in moccasins. Again,
Yeah.
that's another personal
on the
choice
right.
with shoes. You'll see that
Super, praise
Ryan
God.
Daly, the
Really
marker
good
there,
finish, matey.
has
Well
got the
done.
black
Right.
version
Yes, Jack,
of
yeah.
what Rob Paxton's
Yeah, well,
wearing.
mate, just slightly over 2 feet off your last, but 2 feet's good enough.
Yeah, can't beat being colour coordinated.
well,
Good
you
line.
can,
Great
be, you
effort,
can
this
go
Rob.
wild and have all
Down
sorts
now.
of colors on your.
Bend as
You
much
can
as
get
you
all
like.
sorts of colours of
Well
bowls
played.
now, can't you?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's a good ball from Rob
Pace is
Paxton.
good, mate. As long as you're under
Covers that back
bowl,
ball, but it's counting.
should get the shot.
Big decision.
A lot of concentration there on the face of Gary Smith. Doesn't really want to
Oh,
drop
hold
the
on,
three.
Maddie.
First end, second set.
Hang on,
Needs
guys.
to run.
He's running,
Oh, in she goes.
but
That might be a counter 3
shots to
opener.
Skelton and Paxton.
First end of the second set. Robert Paxton, Simon Skelton pick up a 3. They lead 3-0.
Track length 29.5 metres.
And again, mate. Just push the last. And again. Oh, you got, mate.
Yeah, put it where the jack should be.
Over here.
Well, a bit of a loose lead there from Simon Skelton. Just dropped a yard short. But they're in the driving seat at the moment against the pairing of
We'll be on
Jackson and
that, maybe.
Smith. Oh, look at the concentration on Simon Skelton's face there.
They look a bit light.
Just on the shy side again, mate.
Sorry, mate.
Okay, mate. Over here. Better?
Not as far.
Well,
Going around that, mate.
if Billy's a good length, he's got a great line with his bowls here.
Yes, it's going to be a
Gets that bowl in.
And green.
Green pairing don't want to start getting down yet. They're 3 behind the first end of the second set, but as we've said before, stranger things have happened. Just need to tie a few ends together. In the first set they only scored in 1s, and the difference was the fact that Simon Skelton and Robert Paxton picked up a couple of counts of 2. So Smith Jackson combination just needs to try and get in, try and get
Here,
a couple
Rob.
of counts.
Down you go. Down you go.
And Robert Paxton's putting the pressure on again here.
Yep, well done.
Yeah, drop us down, mate. All the way up, son. Come on, very good, guys. Come on,
looks
right
like a
down,
great
mate.
ball coming from Gary.
Right down, sir. You nailed it.
Oh, superb run shot from
Move the
Gary
jack.
Smith. I'm just looking at the draw for
Yeah,
the
two
men's
down,
singles
Sam,
event
that's
for Rob
probably draw the
Paxton.
jack.
Of course, he plays the Crown Greener, who went to Lincoln and qualified against all the indoor PBA players. Shocked everybody. Craig
Give it a
Newton.
go.
So we actually have a Crown
Come on,
Greener
Robert,
playing here in the
close for
World
this.
Championships.
Yeah, second if nothing else.
Super Bowl certainly inspired some
That's
of them to
unlucky.
become members of the PBA. I think that they could have a go.
Great goals.
And Craig Newton
Perfect ball. That's all you've got, mate.
won one of the
Half a
qualifiers,
second.
beating Gary R. Smith in the final to get here, if my memory serves me correctly.
Wow.
Super height, guys. Come on, right up, mate. Come on, and
It's
again.
another great ball.
Very close. Had to change his
Right,
hand, just change the weight. One
One
shot
shot
to
to
the
Jackson
green.
Smith.
They're on the scoreboard in the second set. Paxton Skelton lead it 3-1 after 2 ends.
Okay, and have some music on.
Just tried up to touch me there. Good man.
Track length 25.5 metres.
Good road, mate. very close.
Speaker's just mentioning there a little bit of background music. We'll have a bit of a dance before tonight's event. We'll save the dancing for later.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, good opener again from Billy there. Really need to be picking up 1 or 2 ends.
Right, nice, Kelly.
Yeah. I don't think
Great shot,
Simon
mate.
Skelton
Great
and
shot.
Rob Paxton will be wanting them too. They'll be wanting to get back to the bungalows to put on the dancing shoes for tonight. Look of concentration on Billy Jackson's face there.
Chance of the pace, mate.
Very, very competitive play. Well, all
Very
4 of
close.
these players are very competitive.
Right, good, this, mate.
Try with every
Stop
bowl.
Try, mate. Don't mind, as you say, mate.
Famous Simon Skelton stalk. Shouting at it as well. I don't think you need to shout at this one.
One round.
Just noticed Mandy and Neil Smith with the daughter Katie sitting on the front row there. They played in the pairs playoffs here for the English pairs playoffs, just lost out.
Yes, it was nice to see a father and daughter team.
Well,
First time for me to see something like that.
the Smiths have got 2 very good bowling daughters, Katie and Lucy.
Done a lot wrong, mate.
Played Lucy in
Right
the
over.
semi-finals of the English national singles
Mm.
back in April. And she's really, really very, very good little player now. And her sister Katie
Hurry, Rob.
dragged her father here.
Hurry, Rob.
Yes.
We always say Katie did all the work. Neil was just there as the
Squeeze out of it.
driver.
She played well. I watched her. She impressed me as a very good future for the bowls.
Yeah, very, very steady little player. But Neil's one of the best on the circuit.
Still the same, mate. It's really all he's got.
That was a joke about
Shall I nip
the
it
only
just
there
have a
as a
touch
driver
time,
because
turn
he's
the
one
ball
of the most consistent players about.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you hang off Roberts, you
Qualifies
take the
quite
ball and
regularly
certainly
for
making a
these
play.
tournaments.
Front
Has
plans
he
are all, I
made the
don't
top
think does
16?
anything.
No, he's a regular qualifier. He's got to the final of the tour card playoffs 3 consecutive years and just
Got a
lost
shout
out in
now.
the final. Very, very consistent
moving,
player.
man.
From what I saw of the pairs game, he had
Not
1
till
or
the
2
white
very
came right
unlucky
up,
bowls.
right up.
That didn't just
No,
come
he
off for him.
performed very well.
Yeah.
They had tough opponents, very tough opponents, and somebody has to lose.
Yep, that's the thing, but at least they got the experience of coming down here. Neil's played obviously on the portable rink here before, but for Katie to come down and have the experience of playing with red and green bowls and under this sort of circumstances, it all helps.
Well, it was nice to see her for the first time, not as a spectator
Yes.
coming with her dad to watch him play, but to be part of the big thing.
Yeah, okay.
Rob's just a little bit shy with that. I think they're holding 1 shot there though. That means
shot to
Paxton and
Skelton,
Skelton
Paxton.
take a 4-1 lead after 3 ends in this second set.
I think that was absolutely perfect. And you had it.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the Smith family support their dad wherever he goes.
Yes,
Very good supporters.
the Smith bunch, and for years they would be come and just watch dad play, and now
Now
the
they're out there
daughters
doing
the
it themselves.
daughters are knocking on the doors.
I played with
Like
Lucy in
28
an
and a half metres.
invitational about 18 months back against the World Cup squad. Played very well. Very, very proud of her. Proud of what Katie's achieved as well.
And again, mate. And again.
Rob just urging this bowl on. It looks like it's just going to drop a yard or so short.
Far as he goes.
Most of the players that have played so far this week are staying about to support the awards ceremony tonight. Gala dinner.
Anything special going on tonight? Something that should be prepared for?
I'm just looking forward to seeing what's on the dessert menu.
You skip the main dish and everything else?
Yes, definitely a cake girl, I'm afraid. It's well known fact, Vika.
No.
Still short. Hello. There you go. And again.
Was talking with
Sides now, maybe
goes.
you want to go back to that?
our friend the other day, and we said we tend to know bowl centres by the cake facility. And I know my pair's partner at home, the manager at, or the assistant manager at Blackpool Newton Hall, will be shouting at the screen now, "Don't eat cake, Janice, don't eat cake."
Same both ways.
In fact, if my phone buzzes, that's what it's likely to be.
Correct.
No, the food at Potters here is very, very good. Exceptional food for guests.
Well, but there is a problem with the food here.
Is there a problem?
Of course, too much. Swear to God, I had on Facebook, one of my friends wrote to me, "Zvika, everything we see you do in Potters is eat. What's going on?" Of course, you know, when you get excited over the food, you take a picture and you
Very much
post
so.
it on Facebook.
It's also very tempting as well, that's the
starter.
thing. But tonight, a 5-course gala dinner.
Very,
We've
very
got it to do,
teenagers.
I'm afraid.
All right, let's go back to the game. We have a situation here now where Jackson and Smith really have to get out of the hole they're in.
Yeah, and they've...
1 down on the set, 4 down
Pulling up
on
you,
the
mate. Drop the
current
yard,
set,
everything
and
else.
3 down.
That was
18 off your
an
last
unusually short ball from Gary Smith.
Yes.
Rob Paxson puts another one in here, and the English duo are in all sorts
line
of
again.
problems at end 4 in a set that they have to win.
Come
It's a
on.
must-win set for Smith and Jackson.
Down you go.
Well, I'll be happy for them if they pick up 1 shot,
One more,
which
one more,
I
one
don't
more.
see them picking up more than that anyway.
What a heck of a bowl there from Rob Paxson. Well, now, what do you play, Zvika? Do you just try and draw to save?
Draw to
or
save.
Do you play a runner to
Well,
try and
this-
get your shots?
well, I mean, you
5
can
feet
try
to
and
the
burn.
rear, mate.
You have the
I think that's
best
the only
back,
option you've really got, Gaz.
which is the best chance for you to get a point, which is important. However, if you're not successful, you're giving 4 away. That's a big risk. So I see Gary elected to draw the shot on the backhand,
Got a fault in your line, matey.
or at least get close and
I think he needs to
Avoid
run.
that ball.
well, and he needs to avoid that short red
Yeah, that
ball, and he did, and he got second shot.
Yeah,
Probably.
looks like
Well,
second
here it's
bowl.
Second, anyway.
Yes. Well,
Rob just jesting there that if you stamp near it, it might sit down. But the umpires are giving it the required time to allow to see if it sits down. 30 seconds. If it doesn't sit down after 30 seconds, the umpire can just quickly get in there and chock that bowl in case it needs
well,
measuring.
you know what the trick is to walk around it. Just
I think that's what Rob was saying with a smile. He said, "Shall I walk round it?" Now, 1 shot to the team of Robert Paxson, Simon Skelton.
yeah, I'm happy for Gary. I mean, he chose mature. It was a mature decision.
It
just
was, yeah.
To draw, get second shot. There are enough heads in this set to
Yeah, they've still got 5 ends left,
right.
and they're 5-1 down.
But if he had missed and gave away 4,
That would have virtually been game over.
exactly. So
Sometimes you've just got to select the shot that's appropriate, still give yourself a chance.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
He's a touch, mate. Oh, mate, big start. Get up, Billy.
Oh, Billy needs to just trundle a bit further.
That's not a good time to be
That's
short.
enough, mate, you're good.
No, needs to be getting balls in the head for his skip.
Roll tighter, mate. Ease. Settle now. Yes, that touch you down. Sorry. All right. All good. All good.
Oh, Billy, it doesn't look to be a very good improvement on your first. Oh, he'll be disappointed with that. This stage of the game.
Unfortunately, I'm so familiar with the situation that he's in now. Having a semi-short ball, first one, and then try to adjust, and you go a little too heavy.
Easy enough to do, isn't it? You just force yourself to think, I need to be behind the jack, and that's that.
But I think that it happens more often when you're just not in the zone.
Yeah.
When you don't have that particular day that your body does exactly what your mind wants it to do, and then you fight
Just
it.
that mind.
You try to add weight and drop weight. It doesn't come
I
naturally.
always say that the harder you try, the worse you can get sometimes.
Well, it's true.
Well, Gary, plenty of room for you to draw here.
Well,
Come on,
Steady,
Gary,
Phil.
drop to this jack. Give yourself a bit of confidence. This is holding off
Okay,
as
mate.
well.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it was
don't
just
look
having-
different to your
it was
last
having
line,
time.
spot on.
The amount of grass that he took was fine, as far as I'm concerned.
Big chance for Rob here to close this set out. Just drop his weight. He's played so well in this game.
Robert.
He needs to get one close that even if Gary draws a good shot, he won't get the number one shot. And that leaves it open for Gary.
Don't mind.
I think that's probably a fourth. No pressure on Gary Smith here then. 4 down, 5-1 down in the game. 4-1 down.
And he's going to get the shot, knowing him.
Steady, guys. Don't swing.
What were you saying about the bowlers and playing under pressure? One to Gary Smith and Billy
One
Jackson.
shot to Jackson Smith.
That was a pressure bowl and a half from Stanley Mann. Now leaves the scores. Robert Paxton, Simon Skelton, 5-2 up after 5 ends.
Well,
Very fancy, mate.
Gary says that he actually doesn't like the speed on these greens, because in Stanley I hear that that's the fastest green in the country.
Yeah, it's a beautiful surface, is Stanley. It's certainly my favourite surface to play on.
Is it?
You literally just put the bowls down and they
And
run
it goes.
beautifully. Yeah, yeah.
It's like 20 seconds, 18 seconds.
6.5 metres.
Yeah, I think it's running somewhere around 18 as a rule. Sometimes when it's the international series and it heats up, it gets quicker in there. But yeah, it is a beautiful surface to play, and certainly the quickest I've played on.
This time, yeah.
Is it one green or more
Yeah, it's a one rink
Of 8.
or one green of 8 rinks. Yeah, they've chopped one of the rinks off now to put a seating stand in. They've put a permanent seating stand in for all the events that they hold.
Sorry,
But
mate.
it really is a good
Come on.
venue. I don't think there'd be many of the top players would say to you that they didn't like the
Sure,
surface
yeah,
at Stanley, because it's very, very good. Good players play well on it.
Well, so he says that coming here to play in the players' lounge arena, that we play the qualifying games, as well as this one, he says it's just not my cup of tea. I prefer the fast green.
Yeah,
Go on, mate,
the thing for Gary playing out of a club like Stanley, and it's the same for Billy Jackson, because Lincoln's another very quick surface and very good club, and they're travelling away always to play on heavier surfaces. So, you know, they are used to playing on the speeds of Lincolns and Stanleys. Anywhere really they go is always going to be that bit heavier.
Good. All helps.
One green.
Well, Jackson's holding one shot there. The way Rob Paxton's been playing in this game, I think he'll draw that with his first bowl.
Janice, did you notice what was the score before the 5-2? Was it 5-1?
It was 5-1.
It was 5-1?
It was 5-1. The famous
the
Gary
magic-
Smith and
the magic
Billy
5-1.
Jackson 5-1.
So we can have a bet here.
It's
Odds are
very
odds are in favor of the Jackson Smith for this set.
I
then.
tell you what, if they came back and won this set, having just said all that, it would be quite amazing.
No change, Rob.
Four.
It's when they won the game last night. I walked into the Atlas Theatre afterwards, and somebody who'd slipped out after the first set said to me, did Gary and Billy win that in the end?
Hurry, Rob.
Because they were 5-1 down in the first set. I said,
Yeah.
well, they were 5-1 down in the second
Second
set
set
as well.
But,
But yes, they came back to win it.
Nice
Well,
try.
an unusually short ball from Rob Paxton there.
Yes.
Gary
Paxton's
Smith's
all
got a
right,
chance
this.
of
Come on.
slotting another ball in
Come on,
here.
Gaz.
He doesn't want to touch that jack really. Anything
Good,
there's
mate.
good. Well played, Gary. Well, every time Rob Paxton's been under
Last ball's
pressure,
foot short.
he's pulled a good ball
Still
out.
lead the side.
Slight adjustment on his last. He's chasing this again, which is always a sign he likes it.
I don't like it.
No, very unusual. Well, is that two to Jackson and
Two
Smith?
shots to Jackson and Smith.
Could it be the curse to the opposition of the 5-1 scoreline?
The voodoo number.
So that means that Robert Paxton and Simon Skelton lead 5-4 after 6 ends in the second set, having won the first set 7-4.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
This is quite an important end now.
I think that we should also take the opportunity and say happy birthday to Brian Daly.
Oh, of course, he had a birthday this week, didn't he, Al Marker? Oh, now, if you mention that you've mentioned him in commentary, he'll replay this just to hear it specially.
He complained that it's been so long since he had a birthday at home, because every year, his birthday is celebrated here in Potters.
Easy touch, Skelly. Easy touch,
Brian
buddy.
Daly's the umpire that comes for the whole of the event
Easy now.
here.
Well played, mate.
And
Winner.
if that's the case and his birthday's in early January, he'll always be here for his birthday.
I believe he's the most veteran one now in the World Balls Tour umpire.
Yeah, I mean, they all are very, very good umpires. Himself and Alan Thornhill,
Sworn that was
who
better.
isn't
mate.
here at the moment, and we've also got Sandra
Hang on,
McLeish to come. Francis as well.
But
So-
I mean, from my recollection, I remember him longer than anybody else in the PBA. Is that
First
possible?
bit's decent,
I
mate.
don't know really. I mean, you'd have to ask him. I would think
Needs to hurry.
Brian Daly and Sandra McLeish, I would think, have been a similar time involved really.
Come on.
The
So
new,
they definitely do a great job. Really pleasure as a player to have markers and umpires of this caliber. It's a pleasure.
it is something that's noted by, I think, anybody that comes from anywhere really. Even when the Crowners met them and they said, well, we can't get umpires like this at our game, they do deal with it very, very professionally. All of the umpires here, professional umpires and markers, which gives the professional bowls tour, World Bowls Tour events.
Well, back to
Come
the
on, mate.
pressure.
Come on, make the trip, guys.
Can you run,
Come on,
Gary?
son.
Very close for
Come on,
line.
Looks like just short.
Four.
Still have it. Last bowl's just over a foot
At the
short.
awards ceremony a couple of years back, the umpires got a Services to Bowls award for above and beyond, because they don't just work when you can see them. The two that
gotta
you can
get
see at
past
the
the bowls
moment,
now.
there'll be at least another two hovering in the background in case
Hand it in,
anything
Rob.
happens. They all work together as a team.
Unlucky. Didn't want a lot.
I see a pattern here
Phil
with
Gary
Robert's
wins it, buddy.
balls. The
Yeah,
last three balls were
started
short.
to drop short now, which is unusual for Rob because he's been playing so consistently well.
Well, I would say, you know, maybe there's a factor of the temperature in the arena that changes the the carpet, but the other players
Come
are.
on, girls. Get up.
The
Come
other
on,
players
son.
have adjusted, which Rob will know, and he'll be mad with himself. That needs to run, Gary.
Ouch. Billy didn't like it. It was
No.
short.
Simon's having a look.
Still draw either side.
He says we
Whatever you
hold
think.
one.
It's whether you're happy to draw to mine and drop the back.
Well, assuming that they pick up only one, it's going to be 2 shots up with 2 ends to go, right? Yeah.
18.
Mine was quite a wide line, wasn't it? Mine?
Yeah.
First. Left doesn't sound. You say it off the back end.
Rob's just looking for the draw again. If you could get another shot out of this, it would really close it down with 2 ends to play. Just needs to adjust on his last bowl.
Great effort this.
It's very close. Very close. Great bowl. Just when he said he was struggling, he played the perfect bowl.
Well,
It's 2 shots to partnership of Paxton and Skelton. They now lead in the second set 7-4. 3 shots up with only 2 ends to play.
which means again that Gary and Billy have to pick up. In fact, they need to pick up at least 4 shots.
Yes, they need 4 shots in 2 ends. They have to win this set to take us into a tie-break.
Otherwise, we'll go early and get ready.
Exactly. There's a few laughs from the people sat round us here in the commentary box about that, who are all going to the gala dinner tonight. And I'm sure we're all happy enough to sit here. If we go to a tie-break, it would make for a heck of a finish to the
29.5
game. There you go, birthday boy Brian Daly just lining the jack up there.
And again, mate. And again. And again.
Great for line, Simon. Every roll,
What you got, buddy?
Rob's urging it on.
Great start, Ian, mate. Great start.
Very close here, Billy. Well, that's what his skip wanted to see. A couple of leads
Not
close
mate,
to
you
Jack.
had an 18 on
starter.
yours, or change and play the open. As you see from there.
How short is mine? Say
Yours
18.
about 18.
It's almost on the line there, isn't it?
Yeah. Turn over, draw a nice good second. Great office, Kelly.
Well, Simon's trying to follow it down off the forehand
touch,
here.
mate. Easy
Very,
touch.
very close. Might just be running a touch.
Good, mate.
Billy and
Good work,
Gary
Jim,
will
yeah.
certainly fight all the way.
Kept up here. Get on there. Get up a touch, mate.
Be disappointed with that, just dropping short.
That's just the one at the moment, I think.
One green.
Just like come on, Robert, you're trying with
Well,
this.
Paxton just looking to draw a shot here, and he's done it time and time again in this game. Just running through there. Not a bad ball.
Behind. Good second.
Come on, mate.
Smith and Jackson really need a count of 2 here to put themselves in any chance on the last end. As Vika mentioned, they need to count 4 shots within 2 ends.
Right up, guys. Like another. Yeah, just a
Oh,
wee bit late.
that's,
You need a couple really, matey.
that
Sorry,
was
said
an
you.
important
Yeah,
ball.
foot. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, one that he'll be disappointed with. Rob Paxton just adjusts his bowl here. He can get shot. Red score one at this end. The party's over.
Well, they're not
Drop off
going
it
to,
then.
but
Nope.
the question is, what can Gary do to...
He
I have
can't.
I have
Switch if
a
you
crazy
fancy
idea.
it,
He
mate.
can
I mean,
even run
You can get round
his
that.
ball to
That's
take
down
the
to you.
balls out, but not.
You
Well,
can't really tell from this angle whether the green bowls.
If he picks up another one,
That's
and he
what it
can do
means.
that, he can do it with the draw. It's not impossible.
I mean, one keeps them in the last end, but they really need two.
Make the
He
trip,
needs
mate.
to reach first.
He's not here, I don't think.
No, you
Well,
see, he's,
That leaves the English guys needing a
One shot to Jackson
count
Smith.
of 4 on the last end. Sorry, I can't count. You need to count to 3 on the last end.
which is going to be tough.
Need the calculator sometimes, I think, for these figures. 4 and 1 have always made 5.
Jack length 29 metres.
Billy Jackson really needs a very good opening bowl here if he can get one close. The English boys need 3 at this end. Shall I say the English boys in green? 'Cause
Yeah.
all 4 of them are English.
I was wondering who you're talking about. No, I knew who you were talking about. I was wondering, are the other pair not English?
Well, the other 2 are both World Bowls Tour players, world ranked players.
All you got, Skelly? All you got, buddy?
Rob's
Great
urging
shot,
this
mate.
on. As he just slipped past Billy's bowl. Yeah, very good ball from Simon there.
Well, this is going to be the last ball of Billy's for this event if he doesn't do the right thing.
Yeah, needs to be in the area for his partner. Certainly needs to be just behind the jack. Well, that's not a bad bowl.
No,
That
he-
isn't a bad bowl. That's a great adjustment.
Exactly the same ball, mate.
All it means now is that Gary R. Smith has got to make sure he gets rid of the red bowl and counts with his 2. Little simple job. But against the quality of play that Rob Paxton is, world
Oh,
ranked
let's
2,
Hurry,
that's not going to be easy.
hurry, Skelly. And up, and up, and up. Yes, mate. Sorry, mate.
One red. Helps.
It's a chance. Yeah. There is.
Well, looking at the ranking history of Robert Paxton, it's so interesting that in 29 he was ranked 25, and every year from that year and on he improved his position from 25 to 20, 18, 10, 3, 2.
There's only one other place to go upwards.
Yes,
Get
that's
ranked
only
number
one other
1.
place.
Right.
Oh, Gary, under the line there with that.
Yeah, just get around yours.
Yeah, it's meant to either try to sit down or just drop past it. As close as you can to Billy's ball.
Current world rank number 1, Paul Foster, got to the final of the first ranking event of the season at the Scottish International Open.
Ease now, Rob.
So
It gives him an edge.
Ease.
it gives him a help.
Ease.
It could all rest on how the players perform here.
That's pretty good.
In the meantime,
Okay.
Gary
Go
R.
on, Gary.
Smith has got 1 ball left. Needs to be holding 3 shots when this ball comes to rest, or the game's over. Skelton and Paxton move into the next round. Well,
Another
it's
shot,
close
Charlotte.
to some sort of result.
She's going again. That's gone quick.
Just going to go
Really
under.
quick.
1 shot to
One shot,
Paxton
second
and
set, the match.
Skelton, and they win the game 7-4, 8-5. Thank you very much for your company this afternoon.
Come on,
Hope
ladies
you'll
and
join
gentlemen,
us
great
again
match there.
tomorrow.
Come on, nice big round of
Our
applause,
games
sir.
tomorrow start at 2 o'clock. I'd like to thank Svika for his company,
Pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
and best of luck in your singles venture here.
Thank
and
you.
we'll speak to you all and see you all soon. Thank you for your time.
Bye.